And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Sorry, I just realized I had forgotten to completely forgot to set up all of my stuff so I could actually see chat and stuff, So I hit go live and I looked over and realized I'm not seeing anything over here. So oh, yeah, I'm good at this. Anyway, welcome back. Hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a beautiful Saturday here, and I hope you are beautiful too. I don't have to hope that. You are beautiful. You are wonderful. You're all that good stuff. Let's jump into some Minecraft because, hey, we get to start a new project today. Yeah, this is going to be all sorts of fun. So I need to be on the right keyboard here. Hey, Cheese, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Yes, we're going to start a new project today. And what I'm going to be doing is we're going to expand out the Winter Village, which is going to be fun. Also, I saw this happening just before stream. See this little zombie over here? Well, in my snow globe, and I didn't think about this when I was setting it up, I have snowmen who are having a snowball fight, okay? Now, what's fun, and the way I've got this happening is I have zombies hidden inside the snow forts with powdered snow so that they can see it. You know what happens if you hit zombies often enough? Sometimes they call in more zombie friends. And, yeah, and those zombies will then come over and try to help. Yeah, it's been a special breed of fun. Anyway, today we're going to be working on expanding out our winter village. And I think the next thing I want to add here is a church. Now, I was saying the other day that this building was kind of too large. And it's not. The building itself isn't too large. I was just thinking maybe it's a little bit larger than what I want to build out here. The next building is going to be bigger. Yeah, it is. Maybe not a lot bigger, but it's going to be bigger. And I think it's going to be coming up here someplace. Also, I need a big shout out to Snoopers for starting to get some roads and stuff going for us. Making them bottom slabs is great because, except for like here on the stairs, the snow does not pile up on them. So the roads will be clear. It's going to be great. Anyway, so I think that what I want to add out here is a church. And this is going to be out sort of this way. It's going to be around the edge of this road here somewhere. And I don't know if I want to put it over here, which would be reasonable up here on the top of this hill, or if I want to swing this way around this pond. Okay. Now, what I don't know for certain could fill, multiple volumes of whatever, but I'm not entirely sure how big this is going to be, so knowing exactly where it needs to go is a little bit of a challenge. But I do know some things, so let's go get some stone. Now, I don't think I'm going to build the church out of stone. I think I'm going to be building it out of spruce, and I'm going to have spruce pillars on it for sure. Maybe oak. Also, I may need to move that plant. It's that plant really catches your eye as you're coming into this thing. Anyway, but I'm going to at least lay out the foundation with stone. But yes, it's going to have spruce and probably some sort of planks for the wall. I think I'm going to make it out of wood. I just don't know if I want to stay with the spruce or if I want to do something a little bit lighter, perhaps, or something. So, again, there are lots of things I don't know. This is one of them. I think maybe... No, I've got a box here of stone. I need to clean up my shulker monster. Today is not a day to do it, but it needs to happen. Okay, so I've got some spruce and cherry, which is good. Some deep slate, which is great. And some empty shulker boxes. Okie dokie, artichoke. But where, oh where did I leave? Okay, that's the box I need for now. Now I had, oh, that one would be helpful too. There we go. It's like, I know I had I want the scaffolding. I knew I had a box to put other things in somewhere, right? Oh, also, I need some torches, which I think I left in... Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, also, since I am struggling with, you know, words and stuff. Okay. No, I'm gonna craft a bed because I'm gonna want one now when I'm out there, so. Let's do this. Now, I said I didn't know how big I need this to be, and that's not entirely true. Okay. I have some ideas. So, building up this church, I'm not going to have the inside, I don't think, be the chapel and all of that fun stuff. Okay. Oh, look, a bed. No, I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to make the church it's going to be a brew hall. This is the Church of Brewing. No. You know how in a regular Minecraft village, the churches are where you get clerics and potions? I think we're going to continue that theme. I have the designs for a fully automated, fully selectable potion brewer. And I think I want to put that in this building. But that is going to require some space. So I need to figure out where this is going to go. Oh, we also need to be on the lookout for, you know, powdered snow. Because powdered snow is great unless you want to walk on it. So we're going to be dealing with that here in a little bit too. So I think I should have brought another shulker box. How? He says preemptively not having actually gotten hurt. Okay. There's the pain. There it is. It's all good. We're fine. Everything's great. All right. I'm going to want a shulker box so we can put some snow in. So probably don't need the white carpet, but it's a thing. I had a shulker here that had color in it. Okay. Well, that's fine. It'll go in there. All right, so let's get out here and we'll start kind of laying out where this is going to go. And it's going to be, yeah, we'll just grab some regular stone. As I said, I'm not going to be building the church out of stone. But I do want to have, I'm going to need some stone. I need a block to mark this out with, and I just don't know what I'm going to need. So, you know, there. All right. So the next question is, where is this actually going to go? So as far as the dimensions, the way I'm thinking about it is it's going to be about 40-ish blocks long and probably 27 blocks wide. And I want to have some space. Whoa. Oh, the death snow. We love you, death snow. Other than the fact we don't, it's great. Okay. So as I'm thinking about that, oh, look at all those guys up there. Aren't they cool? Wonder if I can get them into the death snow. I'm sure they'd love it. All right, so let's mark off actually 30. Well, okay, so the inside of the building needs to be 27-ish blocks, okay? But I also need some space because I have a design in mind for what I want it to be. So that's going to need probably another 10 blocks on the outside, which is going to put this up at around 40 blocks. I'm not going to have room to come this way. I think I am going to want to build this over here, because if I do this 40 blocks this way, so here's 30. Let's just see what this looks like. Again, this is probably not going to be where it goes, but you can already see I am way past the end of this road here. So that's not going to work in this space. All right, that's fine. I can go over on the other side over there. This is good. All right, this is why we do some testing. Okay, we're just gonna lay some stuff out, figure out where this is gonna go, and we'll start building some things up. But I do want this to be up a little bit higher, so I'm going to be up here on this hill, and I want to work with the terrain, okay? But I will probably carve out some space here. And obviously I can't run into the snow globe because that has to be where it is. So let's take a look at this then. It's like, how much do I want to cut into this? I mean, okay. I want it to be over here. I want everything to sort of be within the valley of this hill. So yeah, this is going to be its own special breed of fun, isn't it? All right. So 30 blocks is going to come out like this. All right. Ooh. Yeah, it's okay. I said I wanted it up higher, but as wide as this building is. Okay. So if I come 30 blocks this way, okay, I would have to carve out some of this, and said it's going to be wider than... You know, I could make it narrower. If I make it narrower, so I could cut off basically 10 blocks from this side, or from one side or the other. I just have to basically add those 10 blocks to the length. So honestly, that's probably going to be the best idea. All right, so cutting off 10 blocks. Let's come off from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so that puts it there. I think I would want to shift it this way a little bit, but as I said, we're going to have some outside components as well. All right, so if I go that way, all right, let's get some more blocks here. And I have 40 of them. So that's the empty one. The empty one is going to be for snow. Okay, but let's grab some snow bricks. or the stone bricks. All right, so if it's going to be 20-something blocks wide, which again, I can make that work. The design is flexible that way. There's only one part of it that's not. The rest of it, I think can be flexible enough. There's some design work I need to do for the ingredient bays for the potion brewer, but That's going to be fine. But if I want this to be... So then it's going to be... Well, see, there are basically 16, 25 components. Well, let's see, there's 16 main components, 15 or 16, plus 5 modifiers. But that also includes, what does that include? That includes nether wart, right, which is you need for just about every potion out there. All but weakness potions, at least in Java. And anything else? Probably not. But you've got the nether wart, you've got the spider eye, right? The fermented spider eye, which you use to corrupt your potions, right? So your night vision becomes invisibility, right? That type of thing. Then you've got redstone, gunpowder, glowstone, dragon's breath, right? Those 4 or 5 different guys. Those are the ones I think I'm going to have on the horizontal. All right, so that means we're going to have to go 18. Well, 16 plus I need some space back behind it, so that's going to be another 20-ish. Not 20-ish. 5, 6, yeah, probably another 10. That's too much, but I'm giving myself some room. Because I'd rather have some room that I could throw some decorations back behind it. Okay, so we're looking 26, plus there are about 10 blocks for the brewer itself. And then the entranceway for the building and all that sort of thing. So yeah, so we're looking about 30-ish going that way. All right. Well, I'm going to take these stone bricks. And I'm doing the stone bricks just so that I have a different block so that I can see the count here. All right, so that's going to put us this way. So I can shift this. I can shift this over here. The entry hall. It's not going to be too big. The foyer for the building. I think it would be kind of nice to line up the doors over here, right? Because we've got this lovely road coming this way, right? All right, so we've got this road coming across here. So if I line up the doors with the road, which would make sense. All right, which means this building would end up coming this way. So is this the edge of the road? Yes, it is. Okay. So this is the edge of the road. The doorway would go somewhere like here. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Not overly concerned about misplacing blocks. None of these are going to be part of the actual design. And then we come this way. All right. So we've got something along those lines. And then how far over? Yeah, I think I want to bring it this way just a little bit. So what I'm going to do for the design of this building, okay, is it's going to be an A-frame. And the idea is you've got the main center of the building that runs down the center, right? That's going to be the main building, okay? Then we're going to have the roof that angles up over the building, but then it extends beyond it with pillars on the outside supporting it, okay? So then though you end up with a covered walkway on either side of the building. It looks really cool. The church I went to as a kid had a fairly similar design. I really like it. I think it's a nice design. It just means you've got if this is the building, right, from there to there, then I need to have, said, 5 or 10 blocks on either side of this. So that's, which, you know, we can do. It just means carving out the side of this cliff a little bit, or this hill, but that's okay. So if I make this the building, what is this? 113? All right, so 113 is going to be over here somewhere. Yeah, right around here. Okay. So again, I'm going to say the important part of the building. Maybe not quite, but the brewer section is all going to have to be within this area. And then this would go out to, right, hang on, I'm just going to free cam it. To 93. That's going to put it right about there. Okay, like I said, it's a bigger building than I was wanting initially, because I was thinking most of these buildings here would actually be kind of small. But aside from the fact that the church would have been a larger building in the area anyway. Oh, that looks scary. Because the church in sometimes a village like that is not just a house of worship, it's also the meeting hall. It's where activities happen. Right? It's the community center. Right? So so the fact that it's larger isn't that big of a deal. It's not like I don't have a large structure here already. Okay. I think this will work. The question is then, I guess, if I'm already coming down to this level anyway. Yeah, because we've got the road here. We can do a little bit of terraforming over on this side to to bring this down. But I think starting at this level is going to be good. Now, the next question is going to be, what sort of materials do I want to make this out of? So I already mentioned spruce. We are going to do that. But I think I'm going to do the spruce pillars. I want the building itself to be a little bit lighter. So, you know, I'm honestly thinking oak is going to be the way to go for this. All right. It's going to involve some chopping because I don't have a lot of oak, but that's fine. I can go farm some trees. Hey, Chair. How's it going? Hope you're having a fabulous day over there on YouTube. Okay, so yeah, so oak will work. So let me go ahead. Let's mark out basically where this building is going to be. Now, what I'm going to be marking here is sort of the interior-ish walls. So, normal day. Awesome. Normal can be good. All right, so if I'm going to bring this out to here, right, because we've got this road coming this way. I will be building out some aspect of the church coming out this way as well. But the brewing setup, which will be inside the main body of the church, kind of has to be over there. So we'll I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily go that way, but it's going to go that way, and it all has to be in one room. So we'll do that. Okay. Yeah, this is one of those cases where making it longer and narrower is definitely going to be the way to go here. So, all right, so this is going to go this way. All right. And we're going all the way to, what was it, 113? I think it was. Yeah, something like that. So, all right. So we're going to come this way. Yeah, and we'll end up digging into this cliff here. But that's fine. That is just peachy. We'll make this work. It'll be good. All right. As long as we can avoid any, death snow, we should be fine. Okay. But I think I've got plenty of room to bring the building out this way. A couple of extra blocks, just for decorative reasons. And then, but also the exterior, like I said, I'm going to be coming about 5 blocks or so more this way, which will not hit the snow globe, so we should be okay. All right. Nice, this will work. Okay, said it's going to be a little bit messy, but that's fine. All right, so we're going to come up this way. All right. Yeah, once I get this all in place, oh, hey, I guess we're doing this with bricks. Once I get this in place, then I'll be able to figure out where I need to do some terraforming and stuff like that. Also, we'll put blocks in the right place. You know, all that fun. Oh. Okay, so this will come in over here. All right. Now, I think I'm going to need to get some light on this as well, because it's probably, yeah, it's going to want to kill me here, so that's fine. Just, we'll get some torches down, you know, it'll be great. Whoa. Or we'll, you know, fall and stuff, and that'll also be fun. All right, but I also have a bed, so we're going to lean into the bed a little bit. I mean, honestly, just lying on the bed might be more comfortable, but leaning on the bed can sometimes be good too. Oh, man. All right, so we're going to come out this way. I should probably... This is one of those places, too. I actually should use stone brick as I come across here, because the stone will blend in with the stone of the hill. And as I said, the building's not going to be made out of stone. I'm going to end up taking a lot of this out. But I need to be able to see where everything's going to be, so... So that's fine. Oh, but anyway, let's see what else is going on. Christmas is coming up. It's Thursday, I think, which has some implications for stream. Right now, as of this morning, as I was thinking about it, I don't think I'm going to stream on Christmas Day. Okay. Unless, you know, get this huge outpouring of, we must have our stream. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I'm kind of thinking no. Okay. Just, partly because, you know, for the most part, nobody's going to be watching anyway, so. The other thing I need to do is make sure this is actually an odd number wide. Because I want to put in a, sorry, I know, rapid topic change. I need to be sure this is an odd number wide. I'm going to be putting in stained glass windows and stuff, so you can watch. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Said for now, I'm not planning on it. I mean, I streamed on Thanksgiving. No, there was nobody there, which again, not overly surprising, but but on the other hand, theoretically, it's Christmas, and maybe I should spend time with my family. I don't know, you know. Got a couple of my kids home, or they will be home. One of them, One of my daughters will be home this afternoon, and another one will be home tomorrow. So that'll be great, having a couple of my kids home from college. My son is not going to be able to be home because he's too far away. He's too far away to make that trip, but it's all good. But yeah, I just spend time with my family once in a while, you know. So, yeah, now that's not to say that, you know, we'll be done doing stuff, but honestly, I've got a podcast coming out next week that actually talks about the fact that Christmas is, in fact, a religious holiday, and, you know, maybe all the commercialism and stuff is not fabulous and things like that. So, maybe you should listen to myself and rather than spend the time streaming and stuff, spend it with family. But that said, it's also very possible we'll be done doing family stuff by then, and I could just end up playing Minecraft anyway. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so again, thinking the door is going to go there. Again, it's not going to be stone, but this will help me visualize this. And this side, yeah, I'm going to have to cut into this hill a little bit and into that hill quite a bit. But I think it's going to be good. All right. In any case, turn on notifications, join the Discord. I'll talk about it more over there. Because really the Discord server is really the best place for announcements and just random stuff going on, you know, with the channel and things like that. So, all right, so we're going to lay this out like so. All right, hang on. I need a free cam where we're at in the city, or as the village grows. Actually, it looks big over there. I don't think it's going to be quite as big as it. No, I mean, it is going to be bigger, but as part of the village, I don't think it's going to be as overly large as I was fearing. Okay, so that's going to be good. I will need to terraform down this way a little bit, coming over this ice. Okay, and that'll be fine. But I think what I might do, I might move this ice, right? Because there's all this packed ice because we're sort of in a ice spikes biome a little bit right here. I might move this ice and set up a little skating pond over here. Maybe bring the snow up and ground level up a little bit so it's a little more even with the snow globe. And put in a little skating pond over here. Okay, that'll be fun. I think that'll be all sorts of cute. All right. You know the nice thing about this is if this takes us 6 more months to finish everything, this area will still be winter, even if it's June in real life. So, you know. Yeah, so I watch Pearlescent Moon on YouTube and Twitch, and she was talking about some of her holiday traditions, Christmas traditions. She's in Australia, and so she's talking about, oh yeah, people, you know, Christmas go to the beach, we have barbecues, because of course it's summer in Australia, you know. So, you know, if this happens to be winter in June, well, it's okay, it doesn't snow that much in Australia, but still. All right. Anyway, all of that randomness, I think this is going to be good. So let me load up this snow into the shulker box. Okay, and yes, let's double check that this is in fact an odd number. I'm going to do it this way. I know, this seems like maybe a silly way of doing things, but torch. Okay, so we are even. You like winter? Yeah. I like winter up to a point. And that point is when I just get too cold and don't care anymore. Oh, actually, so I did drop this one. I think we're okay. So the reason I did this because I had 64 scaffolding. So this should be an odd number, which is good. Like I said, I want to have stained glass windows and stuff. And those are going to be easier to deal with if I have an odd number of blocks to work with. All right. All right, so this should be okay then. Summer's just too hot. Depends on where you're at. Where I'm at, we almost never get... Shoot, we almost never get to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I think I'm missing a scaffold here. All right. All right, let's go ahead and count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. And 11. Okay. Yep. And I am missing a scaffold. It was down there on the ground. All right, so this should be good. This should be good. Yeah, so anyway, it rarely gets overly hot here in the summer, which is fabulous. It just gets bone-numbingly cold in winter, which kind of sucks. I mean, we're sub-freezing every night from now until May, perhaps. Okay. All right. Yeah, I said that's not the most fun I've ever had. I'll tell you, walking to work, when we're talking sub-zero temperatures, that gets a little bit chilly. Okay, just saying. That kind of sucks. But man, I love summers here. Hi. Nice of you to come upstairs. All right, I'm going to grab another shulker box. Let's put the snow away. Let's grab another shulker and let's go harvest a bunch of... I'm thinking oak. I was tempted to do birch too, to be honest. Oops, we're gonna take the portal. Sorely, I mean, I could do both. Let's be honest, I could do both. So let's harvest a bunch of it. We'll just see what we get. You know, if we need more, we need more. I need it for the filters anyway, so actually I don't. I've got those filters set, so you know, should be okay. Let's see. I don't know what I want to do for the... I tend to lean into deep slate for roofs and stuff because I have no imagination. Like deep slate tile tends to be what I do for roofs. But but no, the one it said it's the joy. See, I live in I'm trying to remember what the actual definition is. In our country, it's too hot for summer, but not cold in winter. Okay. Yeah, I'm in Colorado in the United States, and my home is up in the mountains. So we're in what's basically what they refer to as an alpine desert, I think. And it's great, but we have 40-degree Fahrenheit temperature swings every night. Like, well, I guess maybe it's closer to 30. Which is great for cooling off a house at night, but not great in the winter. Hey, kitty. How's it going over there on Kick? Hope you're having a fabulous day. Oh, right. So, yeah, it's nice in the summer. We can just throw open the windows and you know, let the cool air in the evening and at night. but it just gets freaking cold in the winter. And I did not get down the rest of this tree. Oak trees, man. I mean, it's nice sometimes you get a mighty oak, and then you can't do squat with it. Okay. Up we go. Up we go. Doing all right, kitty. Can't reach the top of this tree, but otherwise I'm doing fine. Okay, got it. Jeez, monkeys, man. All right, I think, yeah, there are a couple of oaky bits up here. There we go. All right. So let's get this. Did I miss? I must have missed. Yeah, there it is. It's like there's got to be a block I missed here somewhere. Probably another one. Oh yeah, there it is. I can get it. Most of it. All right. Jeez, what do I miss up there? Hi, I am looking for the logs. Are there logs here? And maybe it's just because it's connecting to the birch? I don't know. Where am I from? I'm from the United States. Ah, there's the block. Gotcha. Ah, I knew it was around here somewhere. All right. Let's log this up. Now, I could do something really crazy and make the church out of cherry wood, but I don't think we're going to go pink for the church. All right. Anyone else remember AOL? I was watching, I don't know, whose stream was I watching? Maybe it was Impulse SV. And he was kind of on a discussion of AOL Instant Messenger and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, you go into a chat room, and the first thing everybody says is, you know, ASL. But, yep, I remember those days. There's a reason I didn't spend a lot of time in AOL chat rooms. Okay. Anyway, so we'll get this. We'll harvest up a bunch of oak and birch so that we've got some variety here to work with. Because I think going with these lighter woods is going to be the way to go here. Also, okay, I don't need the nugget. That's fine. Man. Speaking of nuggets, I'm not a huge basketball fan, but I've been kind of shocked to see the Denver Nuggets actually having success over the last few years. So used to them just being losers all the time. It's been really awesome to see. That was my day. Day's fine. Day is fine. It's been a beautiful, chilly morning, but, you know, the sun finally came up, so that's a win. Actually, I think it's supposed to be warm today. There's that log. Ah, got it. Sweet. You know, I should probably go down and get some bone meal. Just bone meal the snot out of this. All right, let's go. Let's get the bone meal farm running, and we'll just bone meal this. This should go a little faster. As soon as I remember how to get there. Here we go. This will work. This will work. This will work. All right. Yeah, so we'll grab some bone meal. Obviously, I don't need the apple. Let that go. Yeah, who needs apple anyway, right? Okay. Since I'm right here, I'm going to just take a moment and sort some stuff, or at least put it into chests. Okay, that doesn't really matter. Okay. This is going to take a while. Also, what time is it? All right. All right. Actually, I'm going to take a quick bio break, which is, it's a little early for me, but apparently I drank a lot of water while recording my podcast this morning. So I'm going to go do that real quick. And I will be right back. You may leave now. It's okay. Yeah, no, it's okay. Nobody's going to hurt you. It's going to be fine. Yeah, yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh, who's a good iron golem? Who's a good iron golem? You're a good iron golem, aren't you? Yeah, yeah. See, sometimes they just need some encouragement. Okay, I'm back. All right, and Kitty, to answer your question, you're welcome to introduce yourself as long as you don't self-promote. If you self-promote, I will ban you. Because I am mean and nasty and, you know, whatever. All right. All right, let's meander back up to the surface. So, have a time when the server gets boring, want to start over again? I've had those moments from time to time. Actually, when I was over here, I started the server here in the ancient city, working on renovations and doing stuff. And I did get a little bored and burnt out, and I went and played Create Mod for a while. And then started a new base over in the Badlands here, which was cool. But honestly, what I ran into here, I can't say I was getting bored in the Badlands. It's just I needed a different project. I just wanted to think in a different direction. And so I started building this winter village. Which was, so, you know, I get something brand new to start with. And I don't have to start over with all the new tools and building all new infrastructure again. You know, because that gets old in a hurry, I'll tell you. All right. Okay. Okay. Eventually these will grow. The ones next to the dirt might be problematic, but okay. Woohoo! All right. Well, there are leaves there now. Let's sleep. I even have a bed on me, so we'll just sleep up here. But yeah, I definitely have those moments where it's like, yeah, I kind of need a change. But yeah, the tree wall, it's all good, right? Glad I didn't have to bone meal that tree that just sprang up in front of me. I just have to be sure that I don't leave without turning off the bone meal farm. Okay. All right, and I'm now out of bone meal. Cool. All right, well, tree chopping away. This wasn't quite how I expected to spend the stream chopping trees, but I think there's a certain reality. I just need to. I have plenty of spruce, but I don't have a lot of birch or oak, which the reality is I don't use those blocks as much, so it's not surprising, but I don't know what it is about oak. It's just not a block I tend to use a lot of. Birch I'll use a lot more often, though typically in its door and trapdoor form. But oak, I don't know. There's something about oak. It's just, the color is just off for me somehow, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just that weird in-between stage that it's like, it's not quite, I don't know. It's not quite, obviously it's not as light as birch, which honestly I might make the building out of birch. Anyway, it's not quite as light as birch. It's not as dark as spruce. And I like both of those extremes. I like the lighter color of the birch. I like the darker color of the spruce. And oak isn't either of those things. So that might be the issue as much as anything else. But yeah, anyway, to go back to your question there, Chair, I do get bored. Yeah, no, bored might be the right word. I do. There are definitely times where it's like, yeah, I'm out of ideas sometimes. I just don't know what I want to do. And so sometimes I do other things. Birch looks bad for you. I mean, I can understand that. It's definitely the logs are in particular are hard to use. Though the stripped logs look pretty good. But yeah, for me, it's just a case of there are no bad blocks in Minecraft. There are just ones that are harder to use than others. Okay. All right. We're going to have to go get some more bone meal. And birch can definitely be one of those that's just harder to use. Same with diorite. Diorite's not a bad block. It's just, it's got a lot of texture to it, which can make it a little tougher to deal with at times. Okay. All right. Now this is going to take a little bit longer. What did I pull out of these? I had oh, right. So I've got some moss carpet that needs to fill in. This is moss blocks. So this is spending some time refilling the moss and stuff. So bone meal is a little bit slower at the moment, but should be enough for now. Now that the crafters in the game, might be kind of nice to retrofit a crafter into that. Where was the... I had an entrance over here. There it is. Okay. All right. So we got these guys. These guys all grown. And yeah, I'm thinking... See, I think the birch would look good. Because I'm also thinking a little bit that maybe some sandstone. Because birch and sandstone are very similar colors. So combining those in the exterior of the building might be a good thing. On the other hand, what I could do is use the birch on the interior walls and make the exterior out of oak, right? So there are ideas. I need to just start building it. It's one of those things that, because I don't build stuff in creative first. So sometimes I just need to sit down and just figure out what's going to happen with this. Oops. All right, well. Nice thing about oak is it does grow fairly quickly. All right. Flowers. We can grow a flower if we want to. Okay. Does sometimes take some bone meal, but it's all right. You're a digital creator by profession. That's great. Somebody's got to do it. And every once in a while, you get a digital creator that's smart enough not to sell their services in somebody else's chat. Sadly, there are many who don't understand that. And those people are weird. And not in a good way. All right, so let's get all of this fun stuff cut down. Oh, hey, look, we've got a beehive. Or a nest. Awesome. Well, that's great. Do I have my silk axe? I do. Okay. Well, that'll be faster to harvest. Not that I am especially in need of a bee nest, but hey, if I'm going to get one, I might as well take advantage of it. I know I have more saplings than that. Do I not have more saplings than that? Wow. All right, I may have to space the birch out a little bit. Guess they're just not quite dropping enough. Of course, I'm not using like a fortune hoe or anything to get it either, so. All right, well, the next round of birch, I guess, is going to have to be a thing. Gonna have to be spaced out more so that I can get a few more leaves. Right. Did that bee actually go into the nest? Showcase some of your work for me, and you are banned. Okay. All right. Did I get all the bees in there? Close enough. All right. I'll put it there and there's the one bee over there. Fine. Fine. I'll leave the nest out so it can go home. There. Hop in the nest. It's right there, dude. Okay. There we go. Thank you. All right. Okay, we'll save the nest. I don't need it right now, but at some point we will. Oh, anyway. Every once in a while, it's like, am I the jerk for wanting people to not spam my chat? And then I realized, hey, it's my channel. They can go somewhere else. Anyway. Let's get this oak. The good news is oak seems to really drop saplings. So that's great. Oh, night is almost falling. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to... maybe what I need to do with the birch is, rather than build the tree wall, which said works great for oak, is just focus on the birch with bone meal and do things that way. On the other hand, this tree got tall, which is good. It's more oak for me, but wow, that's definitely up there a bit. Gotta love the mighty oaks. Okay. Well, that sounds like a tree name for some small northeastern school. Welcome to Middle of Nowhere University, home of the Mighty Oaks. You know, is the Mighty Oak basketball team, are they like tall? That seems like that's just really stupid. You know, they get the soccer team out there. Go Oaks! You know, I don't know. Seems like there's almost certainly some school out there, high school, college, somebody who is the Mighty Oaks. I would like to not deal with this. I've seen some people that when they do oak trees, they put a ceiling of some sort over their trees so that they don't grow too high. I probably should think about doing that. Ah, there it is. It's like, I know there's some logs in there somewhere. All right. Almost. Okay, got it. Oh, you know, I let Snoopers talk me into doing fast leaf decay. I think that was a reasonable idea. All right. I said the oak trees drop a lot of saplings. The birch seems to not so much. So, all right. So let's, I think, go get some more bone meal. And we'll do some more of this. Okay. Oh, stream joke. Today a girl said she recognized me from Vegetarian Club. I'm not sure. I've never met her before. Yeah, or before. Because, you know. Okay. That one. Actually, that was kind of clever. I'll give him that. All right, let's go get some more. Let's get some more bone meal, and then we'll focus on some. We'll focus on some birch here a little bit. See, yeah, the other thing, or the one thing maybe, I guess not the other thing, but the one thing that bothers me about birch is I keep wanting to call it aspen, because we have aspen trees here in Colorado, which are in a lot of ways very similar to birch, but they're not the same. But they've got that same sort of texture with the whitish bark with the black spots and stuff on it. And I look at those like, yep, that's an aspen tree. Except, you know, according to Minecraft, it's not. And I just think they're wrong. Now, out here in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, we have a lot of pine, a lot of spruce, and a lot of aspen. And the aspens are beautiful in the winter when they turn. But then again, so are birch trees. So, all right. So I need. All right. Let's we'll just focus here for a while. I will just plant and bone meal, plant and bone meal, plant bone meal. That's not right. This will also get me a few more saplings too, which will be handy. Yeah, see, apparently when you grow these guys close together, they don't want to put out a lot of leaves, which is weird. Now, I was up at a conference once, which was held. It was held up at a place up in the mountains, and man, it was springtime. Everything was in bloom and beautiful. And that was the first time I'd actually seen the sky, just the air turn green, because all of the light coming through the aspen leaves was just so green and beautiful and amazing. Well, I tend to prefer spruce as a real life tree. Man, I love a good blue spruce. That was pretty. And the weather was beautiful. It was warm in the morning. I went out for a nice hike before the meeting started. It was great. See, it's when you're just walking through town, apparently it's just walking. But if you're walking amongst trees, then it's a hike and it sounds cooler. And, you know, if you can make your exercise sound cool, you know, that's the thing. I didn't just walk, I hiked. Right? Now it sounds, you know, sounds all sorts of awesome. You know, I wasn't just, you know, lifting weights. I was pumping iron, right? It just sounds cooler, right? We do this to ourselves. We just have to make our workouts sound cool, because otherwise we wouldn't want to do them. I think that's how that works. I actually should take a look. So, because I work at a university and I have access to the gym at the school. I really should think about maybe taking advantage of that and hitting the weights a little bit. I need to do a little bit more than just a little bit of urban hiking that I do. See, it sounds cooler when you call it urban hiking instead of just walking around the block. You know, anybody can walk around the block, but no, I go urban hiking. Yeah, that's how that works. That is totally how that works. But no, I actually probably should do a little bit of strength training as in addition to the cardio stuff. Be mildly better for my health, I'm sure. Should talk to my daughter. She's going to school to learn about fitness and all of that fun stuff. She probably has better ideas of how all that works than I do. Though I get a chuckle. My daughters, none of my kids are especially athletic in the traditional sense, though all of my girls were dancers. My oldest still is a dancer. And my son also, again, not athletic, but you know, he got his black belt in Taekwondo, and then he was done. Heck, I think he was done before he got his black belt. But nope, I'm going to get this because it looks good on an application or something. That, look, I got a black belt in Taekwondo. See, it shows dedication or something. Okay, how are we doing on birch? Oh, this is taking forever. Sorry about this, y'all. But I think I'm just going to need the birch. All right. Let's set up our tree wall, and then let's see how much oak I have. I might harvest a little bit more oak here. This one. All right. Yeah, let's get a little bit more oak, and then we'll head back and start laying out the church and what it's going to look like and that type of thing. Now, as many of you know, I like to start boring on my builds. I like to build out the shape without getting into a lot of detail. So it's going to look a little bit blocky at first, and that is okay. Everything goes through those awkward stages, and that's fine. Speaking of awkward, this one seems to have a tree still attached to it somewhere. There it goes. All right. How are we? All right. Let me sleep. We'll see how much I've got. Oops, that's needs to not be there. Yeah, we'll need to get a little bit more oak. I don't know how much, but a little bit. Cherry trees look like a T. Some of them do. Some of them do. Which is fine. Bone meal. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. We'll just keep the trees coming. Okay. Of course, it's easier to do if I actually have bone meal. So, here we go. One of these days, I may set up an actual tree farm, but those get to be a little hairy. And I don't do TNT duping, which is typical of tree farms. A lot of them, though, you have to manually plant them, okay, which is normal. But then they would do, they would dupe TNT, and that's just, I'm not into that sort of thing. If you are, of course, no shade, you're welcome to like whatever you like. It's Minecraft. It's a sandbox. Do what you want, man. But I don't like to do duping, so normal game mechanics to farm things like iron farms, I have no problem with. But duping feels a little bit cheaty to me, so I like to avoid that. Okay. On the other hand, there's nothing that says I can't craft up a lot of TNT and just let it drop, so that will probably be what I do with it. I kind of know where I want to do it too, so I have an area. I was sort of digging it out a little bit in sort of a cave that's underneath the Badlands. I might finish digging that area out and build out an explosive tree farm down there. What am I doing on logs? Not great. Turns out oak takes a really long time to harvest. Okay, because it's just the trees are, unless you get one of the big ones that spawns, they're kind of small. All right, but I think that's going to be enough for now. Could I need more later? Possibly. But I think that's going to do it. So let's head down. I'm going to leave that bone meal in there. We might need it. But let's head down. We'll turn off the bone meal farm. And then we'll head back and start trying to figure out the structure of this building. All right. And done. Also, here, I'm going to turn on the gamma just so it's easier for y'all to see. Let me see if I've got any. This is definitely an area where glow squids just drop from the sky. And it would be nice to get their little glowy bits on occasion. But apparently, no, they didn't do that thing. Music-free gaming without the music. Well, it's always without music. It is music-free, it turns out. Yeah, see, I figure... So I've got a couple of... I don't like it when streams have music for a couple of reasons. One, sometimes the music is just too loud. I can't hear what the streamer is saying and doing, or have to fight through the music to hear the streamer. Other times, I'll occasionally put on a couple of different streamers because maybe they're playing on the same server, maybe they're doing something else. But then if they both have music, that becomes a problem. And sometimes they're just playing music I don't like. That comes up on occasion. There are some streamers, I really like their content. I really like what they do. But they're like metalheads and stuff like that, and I do not like metal. And it just makes it hard to watch the streams. So I figure, hey, what I'll do is I will just not do music on my streams. And if you want music, you can just pick your own. Set it to whatever level is appropriate, and we can all be happy. All right, so let's see now. So the plan here is snowy. Snow is cool. All right, so I am going to get rid of the stone. Oh, I need spruce. Let me go get my spruce box. I had a couple of them. Oh. All right. Hi. He's there doing his thing. Okay, so there's a little bit of spruce in this one. Actually, I left one down here. I think that might be better. I think there's one in this box. Okay, no, it's not better. I'm going to bring this deep slate box with me, though. All right, this is fine. This one, I need more logs. And what was in that other box was mostly planks. Planks and stairs and things, which are useful, but not for what I'm doing. At least not right now. Okay. Getting to the point, maybe I need to start building a shelter out of shulker boxes. We'll just build up all the walls out of shulkers. I'll put a bed in here. It'll be great. Yeah. Speaking of, I left my bed. All right. There's one over here. I don't want to break it. Somebody might have. Well, no. If they've logged out, they'll log back in wherever they were. All right. In comes the bed. So. All right. So let's start with the correct box. Also, let's grab a crafting table. All right, not that I need the crafting table to make birch planks, but I'm going to use it anyway. All right, so we'll start here. Now, I might do a little something else for the doorposts, but I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the birch out, and then I'll dig out the stone brick from underneath it. That'll just make it easier to see what's here and going where and all of that fun stuff. Also, I have zero idea. Cheese monkeys. All right, well, I can take this out. I have zero idea what I want to do for floors or any of that type of thing. So, I don't know. Every church I've been in has had, of course, the industrial carpeting, right? It's like, oh yeah, this is high traffic carpeting, usually some form of, well, I was going to say some form of beige, but actually it's been, yeah, I've had been some where it's been red, and I think the church I go to, it's blue. So, you know, the colors are beige. If I were to make the walls, you know, half height burlap and then up to whatever, I think anybody who's ever been in a church will look at that and say, yeah, that tracks. All right, so Yep, man, it is a thing. All of the walls up about half height on the walls, it's burlap of some sort. And it makes sense because that you don't have to worry about scuff marks or anything weird like that. It's a little more durable for a building that's going to have a lot of traffic and a lot of kids and a lot of people occasionally having to move tables and stuff. All right. All right, so this is going to be, again, that's where the doorpost is going to go. Now, honestly, I put this wall here. I don't think this is actually going to be here. This will probably go out this way a little ways, okay? So for now, let's go ahead and take this out. I might leave, well, no, I don't need to leave a marker on it or anything like that. Okay, let's sleep. Sleepy. Okay. Exclamation points ahoy. All right. Yeah, so let's get this last line of stone out of here. And for now, the floor is going to be snow. We'll just leave it. I'll decide what I'll do for the floor later, but what I want to do is get the basic shape of the building in place. And then what I need to do, honestly, what I need to do here in the next, maybe over the, yeah, maybe I'll deal with that on Monday or something, is, since I don't work, I've got the next 2 weeks off, which is handy. Took some time off for Christmas, so all sorts of good things. I may come in, slip in here and figure out where my machine is going to go. Okay, because I know, yeah, there's going to be a wall here. Okay. Okay. There's going to be some sort of wall here. You're going to come in probably on this side. The door is not going to be in the center. It's probably going to be over here, where you can come in, and then all of the big potion brewing system is going to be here. Oh, look, there's a goat. Hey, I wonder if that goat is going to slam into our visitors here. That would be lovely. Okay. The other thing I might do, see, the machine's going to be kind of tall. Now, in the center of the building, because I'm going to be doing an A-frame, and that's not going to matter much. But the rest of it, I need more birch. The rest of it may be an issue, so. Okay. Oh, you would. All right, you know what? Oh, it's just you. Okay, hi. He's going to come at me all by his lonesome. I think I'm not going to worry about him. Yes. Oh, good. He despawned. That's great. The other guys went over the hill, so that's probably not going to be a problem. I was playing on a server a while back. I was out happily building, doing my own thing. It was fun. And the whole time I was building, just at the top of the hill, I could see a villager scout, right? One of those pillager patrols. They were out there just sort of hanging out. I kind of ignored them because they weren't coming at me. They were just standing there. So it was fine. I didn't worry about it. I went about my day. Well, it got to a point where it's like, okay, I should probably do something about this. So I sat there on top, you know, actually I wasn't even on top of my build. I was just sitting outside it. And I shot the pillager. And then it was like, if you've ever seen Disney's Mulan and there's that wave of Mongols that comes over the hill charging, that's what it was like. Turns out there were about 30 pillager patrols just hanging out over there. And I shot the one, and they all came over the hill. I wished I'd had a replay mod running at the time, because that was just insane, as they just came all over the hill. Oh man, that was a heck of a thing. All right, cool. So said we'll have the door that's going to line up with our road, so that's great. We're going to have some sort of dealy bob in here, and honestly what I need to do is figure out the height, though I should be okay. So the machine itself, I'm going to want a little bit of space for decoration and stuff on that side. Okay. Sorry, I had a stray thought. It's fine. I'm back now. So if I give myself a couple of blocks for decoration, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 7 blocks wide for the machine. There's the potential that I could skinny this up a little bit, but that's something I need to play with, okay? The current design has it sticking out this way quite a bit, and that's something I need to look at. Let's give myself an extra bit of space here. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's about right. Yeah, that's about right for the controls and the output and stuff for the brewing system. Okay, so then the next thing we've got is, oh, I've got 17 blocks. This is actually convenient. Okay. So coming out this way, there are 15 or 16 main ingredients. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. The observer goes into the dropper. We've got a space and a piston. And a block, perhaps? Yeah. Puts me out to here. I think we're okay. Especially since I can come this way. Maybe one more block. All right. So that's going to be fine. I'm going to have to figure out what's happening over here, I think, before I get that in place. Okay, but then we're coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I've got a couple of blocks. Yeah, this will probably work. This will probably work. Okay. Tattoo YouTube about 5 years. On this channel, it's been 5 years. I actually started on another channel, and I changed because I could get Music Free Gaming as a name. When I first started my other channel, I couldn't do it, so it was Music Free Gaming Live. I actually have been streaming for almost 10 years, or for over 10 years now. Between YouTube and Twitch and Mixer and all that stuff. Yeah, it's been 10 years. But this channel has been 5. Why am I not famous yet? That is the eternal question. I think to be famous, I'd have to be like entertaining or something. And or good at Minecraft, one of the two. All right, so this is going to be the idea. So we'll have the machine that's going to come this way. We'll have walls here. Yeah, I think this is going to work. Now, one of the things I could do, I could flip the machine and run it this way, but I want it to match what's going to be in my tutorial, which I'm planning on putting together over the next couple of weeks. Because I could have it go this way and into the mountain and then all sorts of other stuff, but I think this is going to be okay. It's trying to think how tall it is. It's about 5 blocks. Yeah, it's about 5 blocks high. So I would have to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as long as I'm above this for the roof, should be okay. And what I want to do for the roof, that's going to be tight. I may have to bring this up. I don't mind if it angles in a little bit inside the building. Actually, that's kind of cool when it does that. But let's see. This one. I've got some tile stairs. Let's take a look at this. Fires incandescence. And do things that are pleasant. And that block is upside down. All right, and then this would come up here. I think we're going to be okay, but this is one of those times where... Oops. Okay, this is one of those times I actually really do need to get in there with the size of the machine and make sure it's going to fit. I do have a little bit of room, potentially, that I can shift it this way if I need to. But I think that's going to be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the framework of the roof. It's not going to be... Oh, actually... this is going to be interesting. Let's take a look. Because I might want to bring the roof up just a couple of blocks higher, which will help me on the machine's side of things. Because yeah, let's see. If I go here, coming out that way. No, I want this to come out a little further. What I want is... Let's see. Let's grab some... Oops, this one. Grab some spruce logs. And this is probably not where this is going to go, but I want to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want 5 blocks in between. I want some spruce logs coming up this way. Okay. Is this what I want? This is going to be fairly wide. So it's going to end up kind of tall, and that's why I want to sort of plot this out. On the plus side, if it is tall, yeah, if it is tall, obviously it's going to have to come out this way another 10 blocks, but I think that's going to be okay. Let's go ahead and get this guy out this way a bit. All right. Sorry, I know this is probably a little dizzying, the back and forth as I try to get these stairs in place, but bear with me. We'll get through this together. Preferably without, projectile vomit or something like that. Now, I don't know about the rest of you. I can tell you as a parent, I'm all for avoiding the projectile vomits. Okay, so we're coming up 1, Let me move this back one block. Just so I can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Woohoo! All right, so that's going to come out here. Whoops, well, that wasn't ideal. Oh, man, that was the thing I disliked the most about being a parent, is dealing with sick kids. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not because I dislike sick kids in any particular thing. It's just that I always felt so bad for my kids. One, I mean, obviously it was cleaning up after them after they threw up, if you know, because kids do that just like everybody else. But it was always so hard for me to see my kids, you know, not feeling well and not being able to do anything for them because they're sick. Yes, I could give them painkillers and I could give them decongestant if they would actually take any of it. That's the other problem. But they're just sick and they're sad, especially when they're little and they just don't understand what being sick means. And even if they did, they don't like it. It's okay, other than the fact I'm off center. Okay, no, this is totally fine. This is gonna look really stupid, okay? I'm off by 1, and so this is just gonna look really, really dumb. And that is okay. It's okay. It's just a framework. We're just making sure everything's gonna fit right. We're gonna see how tall this is. The fact that I'm building my test out of one of the blocks that's hardest to deal with is, I'm sure, cheese monkeys, not at all going to be a problem. But, this is going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Yeah, no. Nope, it's not going to be fine. I'm just going to break my ankles on the scaffolding while I try to fix it. Okay, anyway. We're up and up and up. Okay, so this is going to put us at about the right place. And yes, I'm off center, but let's see if I've got some, yeah, this one. Got some slabs. Okay. And yeah, this will come out like that. Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a... What? Okay. You know, I've panicked like I was about to fall off, and then I didn't fall off, and then I didn't know what to do with myself, so I ended up just jumping off, because that was just weird. Wow. But... No, anyway, so you were asking, you know, about fame and stuff. It's like, yeah, turns out an extraordinarily small number of creators ever get famous. It is, in fact, extraordinarily rare. Okay. All right, so this would pop down this way, of course. You know, I do want to put those in, but I think I want to get the underside in here too. But let's take a look at the height of the building. Okay, again, it's offset, and that's fine. I think this is going to be okay. Right, so hang on, we're just going to free cam a bit. Like if we're over here. Honestly, the height's not bad. Of course, as I'm looking at that, the birch, I think the birch is going to be the wrong material here. I think I may end up making that oak, but Okay, yeah, the height's not going to be too bad. If we're not, and if we're over here, yeah, I think this is going to be okay. Um, yeah, I was worried about that. Oh, darn it. I was worried about the roof being too tall, but honestly, I think that's going to be just about right. You know, as we become meandering over here, it's like, yeah, that's going to be okay. And as we come around the corner here, yeah, I think that's going to be good. Now, obviously, this hill's going to hide the structure. We'll see the roof until we come up over here, but I think this is going to be good. I'm just, now as I'm looking at this, I think the birch is going to be too bright. Now, I'm not going to have these be, well, I was thinking I might strip the spruce for those support beams. I still might, but as I'm looking at it, I'm really liking the bark pattern there. So I might keep that, which would be great. Okay. Be fine. So I'll have to figure out where those will go. It's not going to live there at the moment. But I like this. I like where this is going. Y'all, I think we've got ourselves something good here. Except I think I'm going to take this whole mess, all of the birch out, and try it with oak. Let's just take out a section of the wall, okay? Said the birch, there are some good things I can do with the birch because, like I said, it matches sandstone fairly well. But let's come in with some oak. Okay. All right, and I'm just going to take out a section of this wall. Okay, I just want to leave that doorway marked. Honestly, this will probably be taller. Similar to what I did over there, where it's the sort of the 3x3 doorway. Excuse me, I think we'll do sort of the same type of thing. All right, but I'm just going to replace this one wall, okay? And I just want to see what it looks like with the oak. Believe me, part of me is screaming, oh, just do it all in spruce. Spruce is awesome. And it is. I love spruce. Spruce and deep slate is those are two of my favorite blocks to build with. And it's so hard for me sometimes to not build in those blocks. Okay. It's just like, they're there. They're awesome. I should build in them. But then everything I build ends up looking the same. So I end up fighting that urge quite a bit. Jeez, stupid death snow. All right. Okay, so this thing is going to be tall. All right, so this would come out. You know what I could do? I could mix and match a little bit. Could do it with a little bit. Do it with a little bit of oak and maybe some spruce. I actually have a good idea. If I use spruce towards the top of the wall, what I end up getting is a little bit of a shadow. That's an interesting thought. I can... And then, so it gives it a little bit of texture, does some, a little variation, and a little bit of reality of, hey, it would be darker up underneath the eaves here. Okay. God, I must pick up that birch. But let's take a look then at our build here. And I think the oak is good. The oak is, I mean, the contrast with the birch was nice. I liked that, but all right, should we try something really crazy? You're going to take off? Have fun, Cher. Enjoy. Hope the rest of your day is fun and exciting, and or you get a good night's sleep. Let's try something. And this, I'm going to hate myself for doing this, but let's come over here and get some sandstone. And actually what I want is smooth sandstone. So let's cook this up. We'll cook up 3 stacks of this nonsense. Ah, cheese monkeys. I knew this. Ow. I knew that was probably going to be a problem, but did it anyway. Put the stuff in. All right. And wow, I have too much garbage in my inventory. Okay. Okay, we'll get it. We'll just run back and forth a couple of times. It's all good. All right. Though, actually, honestly, I don't mind it just being that. I could live with that. All right. So let's let some sandstone here cook. And while that cooks, I'm going to take another bio break. And then we'll come back and I want to play with some of the sandstone here. So I'm going to be back in just a moment. You're on to me. I copy my settings from previous streams to save myself time. I know, it's a shock, but I do. Destroyed everyone's faith in me. I don't lovingly craft every stream title by hand, every stream. I know, it's sad. Sometimes you just have to do it, and I don't know how. Anyway. Okay, I am back. And feeling somewhat better after that trip to the bathroom. All right. Hey, Snoopers! You logged into YouTube, have 60 notifications. That's crazy, man. But then again, if you're doing the smart thing and not being at your computer, that's probably okay. How you doing, Snoopers? Oops. Do I have a box? I have a box. Somewhere there's a box. Hope you've been doing fun and exciting things. All right. What was I doing? You're very, very tired. I feel that. I'm doing okay. I'm burning more vacation time, so I've got the next 2 weeks off, so that's exciting. And I've got kids coming home. We've got Christmas this week. It's all sorts of fun. All right. So, speaking of fun, also Snoopers, thank you so much for the work on the roads here. They look amazing. I am trying to figure out what I want to do with this, the church. Oh, I've left my sandstone. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the church here. This is also going to hose? Yes, it's going to hose down everybody. It's winter. They'll all die of hypothermia. Because if we're going to help people meet God in cold and frigid ways. No, that's just stupid. No, this is going to house a potion brewing machine, which I have designed mostly. But now I have to figure out what the exterior is going to be like. Had a lot of weather. Oh, yes, I was wondering about that. Because I saw that area is getting flooded. Right, sandstone. I was sandstoning. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the walls. The roof is going to be deep slate. At least I think it's going to be deep slate. I could change the roof to be something else other than deep slate. I have the technology. Oh, I should probably heal my axe while I'm doing this. Okay. All right, so yes, I will definitely save this ice. I was actually thinking it would be a really nice place, like right over here. Like, so we'll have the church, we'll do a little bit of terraforming so it's not floating. But coming out right back here, that might be really nice. So yeah, the ice is definitely, we're on the same wavelength there, Snoopers. Ah, jeez, monkeys, a stupid death snow. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so I'm trying to come up with what I want the outside of this church to be. So I was originally envisioning deep slate sort of A-frame roof, which I built it off center so it looks silly, but I was originally going to use birch. I'm a little worried that's a little light. On the other hand, if I were to come in here and make this smooth sandstone instead of birch, would that work? Would that be better, or would that be too light? I want something that's sort of light and welcoming and stuff, but and maybe what I need to do is go with oak and replace the deep slate tiles with spruce, perhaps. I don't know. You like the smooth sandstone? Okay. See, that's the reason I went with the birch initially, is I liked the lighter color. But I think the birch is just a little bit funky. Okay, the texture is going to be a little weird, because you look back and you can really see it. It almost looks like Jeep metal, right? You ever seen that? That steel's got the crosshatch pattern going across it. You almost get that. But that's fine. I'll be breaking up some of that. All right, let's try this. Let's go ahead and replace a larger section of this wall. Yeah, that's an idea. Well, okay. The good news is we're at that point where we're still trying to shape things out. So the building is going to be this wide. Obviously, it's going to come out. So here's my kind of like a shallot. Yes. See, my vision here is the roof is going to come out beyond the structure of the building. So that there's sort of the walkways underneath. And again, death snow. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, you get it? Yeah, see, and the church I went to growing up had this sort of design to it. In fact, there are a few places, so the graphic, yes. Honestly, I was watching, I forgot where it was. I was watching some streamer, and they were doing a world tour, right? They'll often do, here's our community server, here's somebody's build. And they had a look over this beautiful Christmas village, and they had one block of the powdered snow. It's like, do you want a holiday view of whatever? You would go sit in the snow, and then you would get all of the frost around the outside, right? Okay. Oh, hang on. I'm right. And there you go. You get like Christmas card. Yeah, you know. Meanwhile, you freeze your bits. And I don't know about the rest of you. I kind of like my bits, and I kind of like them to not be frozen, but... Okay, so... I like having toes, you know? It's one of those weird things. Okay, so let's just have this section of smooth sandstone here. And we can come in with some regular sandstone and do some other highlights and other things too, but we can also freeze to death. That's great. I might want to change up the material for the roof. Yeah, see, the other thing that kind of, I don't know if worries me, right? So if I'm coming down under the roof like so, right? This is going to be this high, right? And then we'll have actually be this high, but that's fine. So we'll have that going through there. It wouldn't make sense to have windows up top. Oh, yeah. Problems coming up with lighting. I get that. Believe me, I've been thinking about that myself. It's like, yeah, the good news is we have all the lights except sea lanterns. So we can do all sorts of fun stuff with that. I think it's something kind of something that's got a little bit of a sort of an old school vibe. So something maybe with lanterns, or ooh, what if? Hang on, I'm gonna take a look at trapdoors. What if we threw some copper trapdoors? Whether they're, you know, whatever flavor, in front of fires? Or should make a simple guardian farm? Yeah, that would be handy. It's one of those things that's on my list to do eventually, but I will... It's one of those things, too, that I'm never going to get to. Because guardian farms are annoying. At least I know where one is. I don't think I cleared it out, but... Like, if we were to do something... Sorry, I got distracted. Now I have to figure this out. Oh, I've got 1,000 sticks. Like, what happened to my inventory? Oh, can't go for a hike today. That's fair. But if we were to do something like trapdoors. Oh, the trapdoor recipe sucks. Eek. Ick on toast and stuff. Okay. That's fine. I don't think I have... Well, we don't have stuff in place, so that's fine. We don't have fire tick, so it doesn't matter. Where did I put an ender chest? There's one right in here. Okay. Somewhere. Tools. There we go. All right, so let's get ourselves a flint and steel and something we can light on fire. Well, honestly, it's not even so much that I'm spoiled with the trapdoors. It's that you get one trapdoor out of those 4. You don't even get like 3. It's pretty messy. Right, but if you get something that looks like this with some now again, I don't know if we'd want just the regular trapdoors or let that oxidize or what, but that I think would be really cool. I may have to use that somewhere else, even if we don't use it for the lights. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I got it with the trapdoor being so freaking expensive. I've got a lot of copper back at my base, so I can bring a bunch back. It's raw. I think I still have to smelt it all up, but... Or we can smelt it downstairs. It's just slower. But yeah, something like this... You know, I don't know what we would use for the actual lamp post or things like that. But heck, even at ground level, with something like... Ooh. I don't know that this would... Okay, boy, you got me being all creative and stuff. How dare you? I don't know that the pale oak is the right thing, but that is a cool setup right there. It's that the pale oak is probably the wrong color, but that is kind of cool. So much better than what you were struggling to make. Oh, lamps are tough. Streetlights are hard because in real life they tend to be skinny and even the old ones. You would love exactly with fully oxidized. Yes. Yes, that would be very cool too. See, if you were going to stick with the orange, swapping this out for maybe acacia, maybe that would be too much orange. Or actually, if you're going to do this just with copper, switching this to be a soul fire might be really cool. But yeah, letting it go green. If we were to do, or the shells being mangrove, yeah. Yes. All of the yeses. Oh, it's probably in the other box. I had some mangrove, but like, because the other option, am I right? You could do something like, right? You could take some dark oak, right? Something along those lines. But with the green, mangrove would probably be better. Oh, I bet I know what happened to the mangrove. So I have started on the sorting system in here. Some things actually do get sorted. And one of those things is logs. Or at least some logs. Mangrove is not one of them, but jungle is. So I do have some things in here. We'll get that filled out. But I thought I had put my mangrove there, but I was wrong. I bet it's over in the shulker box that's over by the church. But yeah, if we were to do something along these lines, heck, it said even at street level, that would be really cool. So yeah, so feel free to play with it, but just, you get the creative juices flowing. This is why I love Minecraft. I love the technical stuff, right? All of that stuff. But as soon as you can start getting out here, it's like, oh, I want to do something creative. And look at this nonsense. This is awesome. And you start thinking ahead. It's like, oh, if we were to, this goes green and let's get all the cool stuff. Oh, man. I love Minecraft. I love all this fun stuff, man. Okay, so. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Fire tick is off, so we don't have to worry about that, but I'm just going to leave that there for now. Oh, hi. Hello, dude. You okay? You look like you've got that itchy Bernie feeling. Hey, no worries, Snoopers. No worries. Hi, come with me. Come with me. You've got... Oh, couldn't make it up the stairs. You should work out more. All right. Anyway, so if we bring the sandstone... Okay, hang on. I need more sandstone, which I was cooking in here. We don't have we don't have much of a smelter system in here. And I wasn't going to build anything crazy, but we do have a couple of furnaces and lava for fuel, so I do need to heal my axe, so we'll keep that going. Okay. But let's get the rest of this up. Yeah, so this is one of those things I sometimes have a hard time with is colors. Sometimes I can look at something, it's like, yes, okay, we're going to do this, and the colors are going to be amazing. Other times, it's like, what are colors? Are they supposed to look like that? Okay. Turns out the ground's a little slippery. It is winter, after all. I was rewatching Santa Claus is Coming to Town the other day. You know, the old claymation one that has Mickey Rooney voicing Kris Kringle, and it's got, you know, the Winter Warlock and all that fun stuff. And it's like, yes, Mr. Warlock, winter, if you please. Yeah. Yep. That one was fun. I just recorded a podcast this morning that's going to come out after Christmas. That's a really late movie review of the movie The Intern, which, so good. So freaking good. At least I liked it. You know, others may disagree, but I thought it was pretty amazing. Okay. Stars Anne Hathaway and Robert De Niro. Okay, I want to bring the wall up here a little bit in a section. But no, it's one of those movies that it's almost a completely character-driven story. And it's... Oh, it's good. The story is Anne Hathaway is running she's running a e-commerce startup that has been really, really successful. And for some reason, actually this does need to be up here, they decide to hire senior citizen interns. And then all of the fun and excitement that goes with that. Oh, your tea bag broke. Man. It's almost like it wishes it were in Boston or something. Okay, so I've got this here. Now, part of the reason I did this is, one, I think it's going to need to be done anyway. But let's take a look at this. Let's try a different roof, okay? I'm not entirely sure I like where I'm going with this, but let's grab some spruce stairs. And yeah, that'll be fine. Stairs. Stair all that up. And I'm going to take a look and see if I like the spruce better than the deep slate. Okay. Right, so this is going to go here. Right, so we would have this come up this way. And then obviously going down, which is so much fun if I remember how blocks work. Up, 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 up. Cool. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I know how to stand on things. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, it's not okay. I rage against the scaffolding. It's not the scaffolding's fault that I can't stand on things. As much as I would like to blame the scaffolding for my problems, it's not the scaffolding's fault. But it's easier to blame an inanimate object than it is to blame the person who just doesn't know what the heck they're doing. All right. Okay, so looking at the color, okay. Join the group. We are grouping indoor voices. Okay. I can't use my indoor voice. I'm outside. That's not how that works. Okay, so yeah, the spruce is too light. I like the sandstone. The spruce is going to be too light. So, okay. I could use dark oak if I wanted to go with sort of a brown for the stair instead of the black and gray. Yeah, I'm just sort of, I'm looking at the contrast here. Sorry, I'm going to pick these up. I'm looking at the contrast between the fun and exciting stuff here, the smooth sandstone, and all of the deep slate. But actually, no, I think it's going to work. Might work. Quite possibly could work. If we give it, you know, holiday pay, it might work. Oh, speaking of holiday pay, this was hilarious. So, oh, it's hilarious, but I'm out of sandstone. That's not ideal. So as I said, I'm taking the next couple of weeks off, which is great. But the building that I normally work in is under construction. It's a hollowed shell of itself. But we have a data center inside that's still doing its thing. And they told us on Thursday that, oh yeah, we're gonna be switching power for your building. It's like, you know, it would be nice if we had people around not on vacation in case things go south, but the construction company obviously disagrees with that. Gotta love construction. I don't blame them too much. They're on their own schedule. It's just really nice to have some lead time. So even though I have Monday off, there's a small possibility I might actually have to go to work. Okay. Okay, so we'll let that go back and forth. Let's see. If I'm going to do this out of sandstone, this is not going to be enough. Even with this. All right. Let me, I'm going to have to head back to my base and see if I've got some sand. I might even have it in sandstone. Actually, I probably do have a shulker full of sandstone. I have to cook it, but I might have some. All right, where am I going? That way. Okay, yeah, because smelting the sandstone is going to take forever, but it's all right. I've got... See, there are a couple of places I could... Obviously, I've got two smelters, automated smelting systems. One in the Badlands, and I've got a little bit of larger one back at the ancient city. Which, if I need to harvest or farm some wood, would be able to cook and do some other things. Okay. I can never just land in a portal correctly, right? Alright, so let's see what I've got in the way of sandstone. I also have no idea if I've got enough fuel for this monster, but give it a try. Actually, I probably do have fuel. Back in the ancient city, I probably have enough bamboo backed up if I'm over there farming stuff. Okay, sand. Got almost nothing. Okay, so let's check on the sandstone. Whew. I could have sworn I had more sandstone than that. Uh-oh. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Well then. Looks like we're going sandstone farming, y'all. Yeah, we've got some gravel. But that is it. Okay, unless... Nope, that is in fact endstone and stuff. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. Well, I guess I can do the thing. There's a portal you saw to a desert. Okay. So I've got one. Let's see. Do I have more shulker boxes here? Do I have to make some? I think I have to make some. Yeah, because I think there is one. Obviously, I'm in a big flipping desert as it is, but I'll have to. All right, where did I leave all of my shulker boxes? Okay. So let's maybe beta marker. Okay. We'll take a look. Because I know there was one sort of south of me. I never did make a portal to it. Okay. Hang on. Since I'm here, I need to free up a little bit of inventory space. Also, probably get a few more rockets. Okay. Heck, if I can hit buttons. How do I? All right. I wanted to go push that, but okay, there we go. Add. Okay, and that's in the nether, you say, right? Okay. Then I probably need to wait to add it until I get over into the nether. All right. We'll go take a look. There's also a possibility. It's one that, hey, I created this a while ago and just totally forgot about it. It would not be the first time. All right. So we'll throw that glass. Okay. Well, let's head to the nether. I do have some... Okay, I do have other chests, so if I need to, should be okay. Saw portal went through. Okay. Because, yeah, I wasn't exactly diligent about keeping track of all of my stuff, so it is very likely that that's exactly what that is. All right, so let's duck through here. All right. All right, so let's add... Confirm. Okay. Sand mine. Oh, it would help if I turned on the waypoints, eh? All right, let's take a look. All right. Woohoo. Well, that definitely looks like something I would have done. All right. Ah, well, it's definitely sandy here. Okay. That's a heck of a hole. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know if this was a place I had started digging or what, but it works for me. This desert is about to cease to exist. Oh, before I disappear into that map, I would like those creepers to not kill me. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything built out here, so we'll go with this. Yes. Yeah, I have no memory of this place. Describes many things, but yeah, this looks like it has definitely been mined out, so awesome. Okay, well, this is good because I do need sand as well, but we'll get down here and see if I can get some of this sandstone. Yeah, it's not too far because over there, let's see, we'll let Voxy do its thing here. So there's the Badlands, there's my base. And over there, I think that's where the ancient city is and all of that stuff, so. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad. All right, well, congratulations. We now have a new mining desert. Okay, so the good news is there's a lot of sandstone. But I am going to grab some of this sand because I need it for concrete, and I just haven't had a lot, so we're going to get some of that too. Ah, joys of... Look, we're building a winter village by going to a desert. This is awesome. The nice thing is sandstone is insta-mined, so this is going to go reasonably quickly. I'm mining like an absolute goblin. What the heck? Also, I have realized this, and I this is something I learn again every time it happens, but my wife is out of town this week, or at least a couple of days. She'll be back tonight, because she went to pick up my daughter from college, which is wonderful. Man, I cannot eat healthy when my wife is gone. It's just, I am so bad at it. It's like, oh, what am I going to have for lunch today when I'm home for work? Chicken nuggets? Just grab a big plate of chicken nuggets. It's going to be fine. Or how about tater tots? I did that for lunch the other day. Because I'm just going to have tater tots today. Yeah, so bad. So bad at you know, the whole health thing. I know, it's so sad. Yesterday was a little bit better. Trying to think what I did for lunch. Lunch I had wasn't a whole lot better. I had a leftover brat. We had like some leftover sausage. We made a veggie tray and had some sort of leftover sausage, and I just wrapped that in a tortilla with some barbecue sauce. It was delicious. Not exactly the healthiest thing ever. But for dinner, I went hardcore bachelor. I just picked up a TV dinner. Though I did have a smoothie with it too. I had a berry smoothie, and that was good. I have to be careful with fruit because I've got the stupid lactose intolerance thing. If I eat too much fruit, I get sick. And it's variable what too much actually is. But berries are usually pretty good. I can usually do berries without worrying about things too much. Berries and citrus. And if I liked citrus, that would be better. But on the other hand, pineapple is apparently in season, and I got a couple of really good-looking pineapples when I went shopping last night. So, I love fresh pineapple. I like canned pineapple well enough. It just tastes like the can. That's my biggest issue with some canned fruits and stuff. It's like, yeah, this is great. It tastes like aluminum, but otherwise it's delicious. I run into that too. And if you buy like pre-made pie crusts, and it's like, okay, we've got this pie crust and it's got this delicious pie in it. But if my fork hits the aluminum pie plate, all I taste is the aluminum on my fork. It's like, I don't know what sort of fruity deliciousness or cheesecake or whatever was on this before. Now it just tastes like metal. And I was talking about before, metal has never been my jam, so, you know. Okay. I think to pull this off, we're going to need... I might actually need 2 shulkers of sandstone, so... Could be here a little while. Oh, yeah. Biting tinfoil. Yes. Yes, exactly. And it doesn't take much. It's like just the little act of scooping the pie out of the pie tray. And all I taste is the aluminum. It's like, I don't have a bed on me, Snoopers. Could you? I guess I could make one. But if you're near one, if you could sleep, that'd be awesome. Thank you. I actually have wool because it's just been in my inventory and I'm so bad about actually removing it and stuff. Okay, but there are beds on at least the middle 2 floors of that red brick building. Okay. All right, so So we're going to need to smelt some copper, and I'm going to need to turn all this into smooth sandstone. So, I guess then what I can do is farm some trees and stuff and just sit out the smelter in the city for a while. Fortunately, that's like a 20-something odd smelter array, so it goes a little faster. I need to make a point to AFK over there at one point just to, yeah, over at the ancient city. So, where my original base was, I've got a smelter over there. And it's where my tree farm is and all that stuff. Obviously, the farm is on the surface, but so my moss farm is over there and things like that. So, but it's all bamboo powered, which is great. Except being bamboo powered, you have to wait for the bamboo to grow, which isn't a bad thing. It's just since I'm not living over there anymore, I don't have the passive growth that I would have were I still living there. But that's got the bigger array. I've got one in the Badlands that's accessible through the workshop, but that one's I don't think it's got a lot of fuel in it at the moment. Because honestly, I haven't been into Badlands much since I built that array. Just sort of zipping in and out. But that one's only, I think, 7 or 8 furnaces. So great for when I'm over there, but if I'm doing anything large, it's not the greatest of options. Oops, that's sand. Sandstone. Thank you. All right, and that one's empty. Okay, cool. Since that one's empty, we'll just fill that one too. All right. But yeah, I'll head back to the Badlands, pick up some copper so we can get that for trapdoors. You know, every once in a while I think I should actually have a name for that base, for either base, to be honest. Every once in a while I'll sit and I'll watch Jill Duggan as he works on his stuff, and he spent 6 years or something, 4 years, working on this sort of medieval area that he called West Hill. And it ends up being really cool. It's big castle, town, all of this fun stuff, right? Well, what's fun is he actually has a name for the town. So it's like, oh, I need to go back to West Hill and pick up, whatever materials he left there. It's like, I'm sitting here, it's like, do I have a name for anything? I'm so bad at stuff. I'm doing a presentation sometime in April, or partnered on a presentation in April with somebody at work, and we're talking about AI policy and stuff like that. She's more into the law than I am. I've got the tech know-how, and she's got the legal background. And, for a university, this is something we need to be aware of. Plus, Colorado has done some weird things, and, I'm not going to get into the politics of it. It's just stuff that we have to be aware of as a university. And we're the person who's sort of facilitating all of this stuff and making sure it's on the calendar and all of that. It's like, okay, do you have a title for your presentation? And we're looking at each other virtually over email. It's like, no. So I just went to Gemini and said, hey, give me a title for a presentation talking about this. And I picked one of the dozen or so that it offered. It's like, yeah, this is reasonable. I will rot my curiosity or my creativity by letting computers do that work for me. But yes, I used AI to make a title. Partly because, yeah, sandstone. Yeah, because it's just one of those things. It's like, I would just call it AI policy and call it a day. But that's not interesting, right? That doesn't get people there. So, so yeah, it's a thing. I should probably just continue the staircase down, huh? That would be handy. Somebody would appreciate that, I'm sure. That somebody might actually be me at some point. All right, look at all the sandstone I'm just leaving out here to rot. I'm so bad at this. Sometimes I'm really good. Okay, let's just go back and forth, and we'll go in stripes, and everything's wonderful. Hey, Kitty. I hope you're having a fabulous day over there on Kick. Another fun and exciting day of well, digging up a desert. Yep, this is it. So some days I'm great. I'll just go back and forth, and it'll be lovely, and I get everything. And other days I'm like this. It's like, well, I'm just gonna kind of. It's almost like I'm going in a pattern, but not quite. I have to admit, some days I vacuum my rug like this too. I eventually get the whole rug vacuumed, but it's not in any way, shape, or form, you know, efficient or anything like that. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. But, all right. Also, my inventory is a hot mess. Always is, but that's sand. Stone in there. All right. We're doing it. We're picking up the blocks. Okay. Also, you know, it'd be nice if I actually had inventory space to pick up the blocks, which y'all know my inventory situation. I never have inventory space. Because that would involve being, you know, organized and stuff. I can't do that. That's hard. But sometimes you have to do the hard things, like putting stuff away when you're done with it. It's just silliness. I actually felt bad for my dad at one point. So I moved out. I got married. And, right, I'd gone to college, got married. I never did clean up my room from when I was a kid. And it was a small disaster. And I kind of felt bad that I left it for him. Not bad enough to have actually, you know, done anything about it, but I did feel kind of bad. Okay, so it's possible the stuff meant more to him. Yeah. I mean, a lot of it, some of it was just I had Legos out, and some of it was I did have some old toys and things. It was a disaster. It was a room that I hadn't cleaned since I was probably 10. No, that's not true. I had cleaned it more recently than that because I was stupid. And yeah. No, there was a point. So this may come as a surprise to almost nobody, but I was bullied when I was in school. And strangely enough, I didn't like that. I know, this is weird, right? Well, I was on the bus ride home, and my kids are surprised. No, they're not surprised. I do better keeping my little corner of the house clean, but nobody would be surprised to learn that I was not the most organized of people. Also, you can't eat torches, just carrots. Anyway, so I was riding the bus home, and this other person, this other girl on the bus, she was sitting in front of me, and she was getting up to get off the bus, and I think the reality is she slipped. Because she got up before the bus had stopped going, and she lost her balance, and she hit me. And it wasn't hard. It wasn't really much more than a tap. But for me, who was at a point in my life where I was just tired of anything like that, I figured she had intentionally hit me. And I got off the bus right in front of her, and I turned around and clocked her. And it was bad. That was stupid. Don't hit people, okay? It's not cool. Yeah, Kitty, I'm from the United States. But I'm sure your AI script already knows that. Where am I? Pushing the wrong buttons. Anyway, so I clocked this poor girl and gave her a black eye. I need to go this way. Not my finest moment. But that was my punishment, was I had to clean my room. Which took me a solid week, because I figured the floor was convenient. Why put something on a shelf when I have the floor? So I might play with this again sometime in the next 6 months. Why bother putting it away? Yep. What's my country? Boy, it's almost as if you didn't even listen there, Kitty. All right. Okay, but I've been through that script at least 3 times this morning with graphic designer bots, so we'll just drop the ban. All right, anyway, copper was the other thing we're going to need, and I can't even remember how to log into Kick. That's probably for the best. All right, so let's grab this. We'll need to fortune that stuff, but okay, this will work. I hope this should be enough, I think, to deal with our streetlight issues. All right, and then let's head to the city and start smelting up some sandstone and stuff. Snoopers, you were playing with the lamps. Did you decide on you're getting mangrove? Okay, awesome. I was going to ask if you had decided on a wood to use. Okay. I always get turned around coming out of my portal. You haven't decided. Okay. All right, because I'm more than happy to sit and farm some trees while we wait for some stuff to smelt, so. I've got probably 4 or 5 stacks of pale oak in a shulker box over there, probably sitting in that yellow shulker in the stairwell of the that red brick building. I'm about to crash into my farm. That's not great. But some mangrove would be great. There are some places where I've wanted to use mangrove and haven't because, well, just because. It takes forever to farm it. You might like the white better? Okay. Well, we've got plenty of both. We need to wait and see how it looks oxidized. That's fair. That's my one complaint about how they've handled the oxidization is that you can't craft oxidized trapdoors anymore. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna this one. Okay, so that's sand, and then this is all sandstone. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get the sandstone cooking. let that stop it when it comes back so I can refill it. Because I planned ahead. Okay. That was almost right. Okay. And yeah, we'll just load this guy up. Okay. Go. All right. All right, so that's going to go. Let's this one had the stuff. I need my fortune pickaxe is what I need. Okay. Oh, there it is. I left it out. That's mildly convenient. All right. Well, let's just let's get some copper. Okay. It's not necessarily the most efficient way of doing this, but it's all right. Ah, wrong. That's the wrong pickaxe. Fortune pickaxe. Oh, that's right. You don't get XP from you don't get XP from mining copper anymore. You do get it from lots of things, like coal, for example. But copper, you don't get your XP until you smelt it. That's okay. Of course, in this case, I won't get the XP because it'll be in the furnaces. All right, and I am just losing all of that. Okay, so let's see. So it's four ingots makes a trapdoor. So we're at basically a stack of trapdoors. Yeah, let's get one more row going. And I hope I've got enough bamboo in the system to actually smelt all of this. Probably do. Probably. Okay, well, get this up and cooking. And then I guess we're going to be farming some trees. The good news is I did my adulting last night, so I don't have to do any sort of adulting until lunchtime today. When, you know, food is a thing. I'm probably going to do the same thing I did yesterday's. I got a TV dinner and maybe have a smoothie. Okay. Because, honestly, I like smoothies. Our blender broke a couple of months ago, or a few weeks ago, sometime, not that long ago. Long enough ago. Anyway, we replaced it with a magic bullet, which does single serving smoothies. And that was a fabulous idea. Okay, so this is going to take roughly forever. Yeah, that has been so nice to just like, all right, I'm going to mix up a bunch of stuff and do that. Unfortunately, I don't have a chest or a hopper, anything. I wasn't expecting to try to cook up, you know, multiple double chests of things. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it, but okay. But yeah, we're starting to get smooth sandstone, which is good. All right. All right. Well, we'll let that. Oh, I'm gonna have to. Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Fine. All right. Well, we'll head up top and cut down some trees. Which is good because there are actually a few trees I need to cut down anyway, just to be sure I have them for the sorting system. So Um, things like dark oak. I don't think I had enough dark oak to handle what I needed. Same with jungle. Acacia, right? Some of those. Just need to cut down some of those so I can add them to the sorting system and we'll be good. All right. Yeah, tree chopping has never been my favorite thing to do, but building tree farms is such a pain. Especially since I don't do the whole TNT duping thing, so. At least I let snoopers talk me into doing the fast leaf decay, which definitely makes dealing with the trees a little bit faster. All right. Okay, gotta love the fun stuff here. Anyway, let's see. What other fun things are going on? What kind of roof do I have for the church? I am planning on, at the moment, it's deep slate. I'm thinking tiled deep slate for the church roof. I could change that. Do I need cobble deep slate? Actually, I think I have enough. Hang on, we'll sleep. I think I have enough. If not, I have an adventure planned when I need to get more deep slate. You have enough? Awesome. Yeah, so I've got there's an ancient city underneath the Badlands that I think I want to go loot and pillage. So when the time comes, I'm going to head that way. That just looks silly. Okay. Also, this looks silly. Let's do something about this. I can do it. I can climb the vines. Let's maybe not cut down the one I'm on. And okay. I was going to say, let's not cut down the one I'm on until I'm... All right, no, that's fine. That's just going to live there forever now, because gravity. All right. Okay, that's lovely. All right, so we've got some spruce. Let's grab some dark oak, which is over here somewhere. Or spruce. That's jungle. I know the difference between my trees just because. Yeah, just because I can't say words, you know. I think I've planted these tall trees, or these 2x2 trees too close together. They're close enough that the leaves of one tree sort of blend into the leaves of another. And then Minecraft doesn't quite know that, oh yeah, these are actually two trees and should give you leaves and stuff for them. Yeah. All right. Oh, but yeah. I also have a project I set myself. I get to reorganize my digital music collection so that it plays a little bit nicer with my media server. I set the server up a couple of years ago, mostly for movies. So it was easier for my wife if she wanted to watch movies or TV shows at her computer, she could do that. Because she realized she likes to watch and do things, which is fair. I like to do the same thing. But didn't make sense for her to come over to the TV when all of the stuff that she wanted to do was on her computer. So I set up the media server, and I finally got all of the movies sorted out over there. Still have to do some work on the TV shows, but the music was a right mess. And as she was trying to get get music on her new phone, she realized, I can't find anything. And I looked at how the media server was dealing with the tracks that were there and realized, yeah, this is really stupid. So it's part of what I'm going to do. But I also have plans. Well, that's not enough. I also have plans to put out a video, an actual video. I know I haven't done that in forever, but yes, I'm going to put out another video. I think I need a shulker box, but I've got a new idea for a potion brewer, which I'm going to be building on the server. That's what's going in the church. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. And this brewer, this one's going to be a lot easier to work with. I need a crafting table too. I think I'll leave one here. I don't always need one, but we'll just tuck one in over here. So the brewer, it's actually going to be kind of fun because it's unlike the one I designed before. This one you can actually choose to do either one block or one batch at a time. So if you just need a batch of 3 potions, or you can flip a lever and it will just brew until you turn it off. Plus, it's got selectors so you can decide to just go through and flip switches. It's like, oh, I need a whatever potion, and so you select those ingredients, or I need something else. You select those ingredients. And I've got all of the mechanics functioning. I just need to try to sort it out and make it a little bit prettier. Or at least so it's easier to make prettier if you want to. Because right now it's a little bit funky. So I'm not totally thrilled with how it's set up at the moment. So that's something I want to sort out, and it's partly what I'm going to be doing. Well, I was going to say it's part of what I'm doing with the church, but actually I think I'll end up getting that sorted out before I build it in the church. But it's also, the way it's set up is it should work so that you can fit it into a couple of different spaces. It doesn't have to be like a super long space, though in this case for the church it will be, because that's what the geography was like. But you can also probably build it so it's a little bit more of like if you want a U shape to it, right? All of those types of things I think will work. So yeah, it'll be a thing. Okay, so I've got dark oak, I've got some more jungle spruce. Acacia is what I was going to need also, to be sure that's in the sorting system. Where did I leave the acacia? Oh, right here. It's this wallow trees. Awesome. Got myself a wall of logs. Conjure it is a cute dog. Dog doesn't rhyme with logs because an S and G don't rhyme. All right. Anyway, before that goes totally off the rails. All right. So we'll get some acacia. This will be. Apparently there's some cherry leaves in this acacia. It's cool. All right. Acacia is another one of those trees. Oh yeah, oxidization takes forever. That's one of the reasons why it's a little bit annoying that you can't just craft oxidized trapdoors. Because you have to make it out of there it is. You have to make it out of the ingots. You can't make it out of the blocks. So, and unfortunately, unless you the only thing you can really do to help split it up or to make it go faster is you place down the blocks with like four spaces between them, right? So you'd place one here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another one like that. And that is apparently the fastest way to get copper to oxidize. Because otherwise, it will want to kind of stay with what everything else is doing. So it won't hit as many of those block updates that say, hey, I want to be green now. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I do need to bring... I do need to be sure I bring some saplings for each of these trees. I think I got cherry over there. Grab some jungle. Grab some birch. Yeah, there's birch. Ooh, appointment to ship something at UPS. Nice. Yeah, our UPS... We've got a little UPS depot here. It is only open from like 4 to 5:30 every weekday afternoon. And if you miss it, you are out of luck. It is so annoying. It's like, come on, man. Don't people want to ship packages more often than that? And according to UPS, the answer to that is no. All right. Oh, I've got I even have my Silk Touch hoe here. Though, honestly, I should get my Fortune hoe so I can get more... Oh, you don't get propagules from the leaves anyway, so who cares? Oh, also, hey, it's dark up here. And now it's not dark. Cool. All right. Yep. But mangrove is such a painful tree to harvest, which is annoying because the wood looks amazing. I love using mangrove wood and stuff. It just sucks. I'm sure it likes growing with all the snow too, so, you know. Get down there and get the propagules. At least the propagules you can farm, you know? Because you just bone meal some leaves and you get propagules. But the other annoying bit is that the roots don't despawn like the leaves do. So, you know, you can cut down all the logs. Do I have enough powdered snow buckets? I hope so. I mean, I scooped up all the powdered snow that I could get when I was building the building there and the whatever that is, the snow globe. And there's some more powdered snow around the church. I may scoop up some of that too. But farming powdered snow is so freaking slow because you have to wait for it to snow and catch it in cauldrons, and you only get, maybe you'll get a layer and you need like 8 of them. So I'm set. If I need powdered snow for another farm or something, we're good, you know. I don't know what other farm I would put it in, but I've got it. I'm trying to think about it, because obviously you use it a lot in, shoot, Froglight farms. Well, I've got a Froglight farm. I don't think I need to build another one. And while I didn't need to, I did use it in the gold farm. I don't think I'm going to put it in the wither skeleton farm when I get around to fixing that. I had the good fortune of watching Tango and Impulse with their recent wither skeleton farm, and realized that oh, I could do something cool here, and maybe there's an option to actually fix my stuff. And mangrove leaves. Okay, we'll bring some, but I should save the mangrove leaves. I don't need to save the mangrove leaves, but darn it, I'm a hoarder. Now, actually, this is one of those things. What's it? I think Pixel Riffs. He'll get a couple of allays that will pick up the mangrove leaves. Oh no, I totally get it. I'm not quite as bad in real life as I am in Minecraft, because at least in Minecraft, storage is sort of infinite, right? But nope, it's definitely a thing. Okay, let's get it. On the other hand, though, mangrove leaves are actually really nice for doing bushes and things. So, and I don't remember if the mangrove leaves change color. That's something I need to double check. Like, what is it? The azalea leaves don't change color in the desert, right? They're still their same vibrant green, no matter where you place them. But they hold water. You can put fish in. You can put fish in mangrove leaves? Huh. I mean, I understand other things, but that's just weird. All right. I'll take your word for it. Your son taught you that. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if you can do that with the roots as well. That's the other thing. Muddy mangrove roots are kind of a cool thing. Back when he played with it. Yeah. Well, when my kids played Minecraft, we didn't have a server. In fact, all we had that they played on was my PS4. And we only had one of those. So, yeah, we never actually played together. Though, they would play and do cool stuff, you know. But, yeah. You start out with a LAN? Nice. See, I have the network. I just didn't have the Minecraft. Yeah, and what's annoying, and this is a Sony issue. This is not a Mojang issue directly. But you can't got everyone accounts and laptops. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, see, if you don't subscribe to PlayStation Plus, you can't connect to a realm on in Minecraft. It's just you have to sign up for Sony's monthly dealy bob. And it's just so annoying, you know? It was really annoying for me because obviously I've got Minecraft Java, but when Mojang was doing their things like, oh, log into Bedrock so you can do this event and get a cape or something. It's like, I have Bedrock on the PlayStation, but oh no, Sony doesn't let me connect to the realm without PlayStation Plus. Now that Bedrock and Java are accessible through the same account, it's fairly straightforward. Heck, they have an event. I don't know if there's still time. If you want to get the they've got a new cape that's coming for the Nautilus, and you have to log into Bedrock because that's the only way they can actually track you apparently. And you have to defeat 5 mobs, I think, with a spear in survival. Which, you know, okay, fire up a survival world. Takes no time at all to get a wooden spear and take out a bunch of sheep or chickens or cows or whatever. Oh, boy. This is one of those times that, you know, maybe I want to turn on Fire Tick and just burn down this mangrove tree. So I'm glad. Yeah, just do it. Yeah. No, I have enough stuff that could be a problem. My soda's gone. I have to drink just water now. It's all right. Water's good for me. All right. Okay, I think the leaves are good for most of this, or most of the logs I've got. But yeah, now that I can just fire up Bedrock with my Java account, I can, because now it's just a Microsoft account. So this cow looks like it was a tree. Yep. Anyway, so I logged in and killed the Nautilus, or killed the things with a spear. So maybe I'll get whatever that cape is. I really like the copper cape, though. The copper cape is nice. It's actually one of my favorites these days, which is why I'm wearing it. I liked the creeper cape, which is nice, but the rest of it, most of the capes I don't care for. I mean, I actually liked they had the capes for a Minecraft movie, right? The capes look great. I love the cape. I detest what they do when you put them on wings, because I don't need to be looking at Jack Black, like, ever. But no, you put those on Elytra, now you get Jack Black face on your wings. It's like, yeah, and I'm done. So the only good thing to come out of a Minecraft movie was the dog painting. Hang on, we must sleep. Okay. Bed. Oh, jeez. See, oh, I'm going to have to cough, and I can't at this instant. All right, well, have fun, Snoopers. Take care, enjoy. Have a fun trip to UPS. It's the greatest adventure ever. Okay. All right, we'll clear all this out and then plant a few more. Now, I'm being all snarky. It's kind of... Vote on the lanterns when I get back to spawn. Okay. I can do that. Okay, I don't need all of this. I don't need all of the mangrove fruits. All right, so what I do need to do, though, is replant my mangrove. So this works best if you do it in a diagonal, because then they don't step on each other. Ah, but what if I do? I know, right? This is why I have a hoarding problem. Because I might want to use the... Actually, the mangrove roots are... They look good. They do good things. All right. think we're okay. Kind of, sort of okay. All right. That should be sufficient. Let's... Oh, I should run down and check on the furnace. Where I put the mangrove things? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's go check on the furnace and see if I need to throw more stuff in the minecart. Okay. Stream joke. What do you call a cow on a trampoline? A milkshake. See, I thought that was a cow in an earthquake. I guess there are multiple ways of shaking your milk. Okay, and I was just about to go to a really bad one, so we're just gonna let it go because family friendly. I'm family friendly. I have to keep reminding myself that. Anyway. Okay, so that is full. Awesome. Let's okay, let's go and get some more copper in there. And now sandstone. Some more sandstone. What's that? Nope, frog lights. Turns out you can't cook those. All right. Yeah, let's be sure the copper goes in there too. All right. Is sandstone. All right, have fun. And then I think I might just save the rest of the sandstone. Because sandstone itself is kind of cool too, so we are in good places here. All right, we'll load up the copper. All right, so yeah, I think I may just have to come over here. It's not that one. And just AFK this at some point. Yeah, and that's just sand. Okay. Helps if I click the right thing. All right. All right, yeah, the smooth sandstone is going to look really good over there. And then hopefully we've got enough copper ores to make this happen. All right. Well, I'm going to let this run for a minute. I'm going to take a quick break, refill my water, and we'll do some more building. So I'll be back in just a moment. 4 of those, and exactly 8 of those, because these are the buns, okay? And it turns out a burger needs 2 buns, okay? I know this is advanced create mod goodness, okay? But we are 100% going for the 2 bun model here, okay? We're not doing any of those silly open face burgers, okay? You can take your open face burger and just add another bun to it because we're making 2 bun burgers in this McBurger Hut. Okay, I am back. All right, so this is, let's see how we're cooking here. Oh yeah, all the copper. Oh, given that we're going to have copper on the lamps and stuff, I think it's just going to take forever. But you can see it flows in nicely with this furnace array. The catch is I really need a better way of getting back here and checking on this stuff, but because I don't want to get in the way of my like this. Okay. How are we doing on fuel back here? Seem to be doing okay. This is the issue. Is like, are these filling up with bamboo? Because if they're not, that's a problem, right? Because that's the fuel, right? I kind of need the fuel to do the fuel things. All right. Sweet. So yeah, we seem to be doing okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to hang out here. I'll come back and do stuff, but I think we've got enough. Yeah, I think we've got enough for now that I can at least get the rest of the church structure, or at least a good portion of it, done. Okay, and this should do its thing. Okay. There's a distinct possibility it will sort of hang up when I leave the area, but probably okay. This poor guy just sitting here in the cart. I don't know what I'm going to do with you, dude, but you get to sit there. This guy, all of his friends have moved to go someplace else. I think it's all of his cursing, honestly. They didn't like he cursed a lot and had this sort of the silk touch. And I think maybe they just figured he was just sort of creepy. And I'm kind of down with it. I think maybe he needs to have a few lessons about what's appropriate. Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's head back to the village and finish getting the structure up on the church, and we'll vote on the lantern things that Snooper's put together. See if my nose will stop itching. Okay. So I still have the gamma override on, so it's all bright and cheerful. Okay. My axe is almost dead. That's wonderful. Yeah, since I lost my netherite axe. All right, so this one of these. That one. Okay. That one's got all the different wood types, so I can finish setting up the logs in the sorter over there. Which is handy. All right, also getting low on food, but I'm okay. Oh, those are going to look so good. All right. Ooh, but see, I love the look of the soul flame behind the campfire, or behind the orange copper. But if this oxidizes, having the orange flame behind the green would look really cool too, especially. I like them both. I like them both. All right, we'll have to see what happens with that oxidized for a while and see what's up. In the meantime, we've got sandstone to place. So let's go do the thing. Of course, I've got the little bit of a problem is that I don't know how far over I'm going to go over here, but that's okay. We'll, that's also sandstone. Okay, use this one first. Because, yeah, all of this will... Obviously, this is not going to be birch. I just don't know how far out in this direction I want the sandstone to go. No. Hang on. Pick up all this birch. Yes, I know. I just got a bunch of birch, but still. Also, that oak door is probably not going to be there, but it's nice to... it's nice just to call it out. It's like, yes, there will be a door here. Don't know what it's going to look like. It's probably not going to be oak. It's probably going to be something else, but it's nice just to have it. Right, just mostly it's just a, hey, this is going to be here and I should actually pay attention to that. Okay. Nope. Hang on. I'm missing some of that. Okay. Yes, I can do it. I can do it. I can stand on things. Okay. You know, it's funny. So I've got an eBay shop that I've been selling some stuff, you know, stuff from my dad and things like that that I don't want to keep, but it was too valuable just to donate and stuff like that, right? Okay, need to let's take this out. So obviously we've got a bunch of shipping materials, right? Boxes and bubble wrap and things like that. Well, we're waiting for a shipment of new bubble wrap. Okay, because this is my life. This is what I get excited about, is we've got more bubble wrap on the way. And we don't even get to pop it. So, you know, there's that annoyance, but oops, well, that's fine. Well, the current package we're waiting for is late. It was supposed to arrive on Thursday. It hadn't arrived by, I don't know, 6 or something last night, which is annoying. But my so I was thinking about that a little bit, and I was, you know, because of course it hadn't gotten there, and I didn't have the tracking number on right offhand. So of course the thought always goes to, oh, did somebody, you know, was I a victim of porch pirates and things like that, right? And I could just imagine those would be the most disappointed porch pirates ever, right? It's one thing, so, okay, we're gonna steal this box. And, oh, yay, here's some kid's Xbox that now they're not going to get for Christmas. We're the best people ever, right? Because porch pirates are just jerks like that. But could you imagine they pick up the thing and, no, it's not an Xbox. It's bubble wrap. Woohoo, bubble wrap. Yeah. As much as I would hate for somebody to steal my bubble wrap, if I could ruin one of their day, you know, that would be awesome. I can't be like that. I'm not a jerk. They are, but I'm not most of the time. Try to be good. Try not to be a jerk. One of these days I'll succeed, but today is not that day. Yeah. I have a very low opinion of thieves, what can I say? Anyway, let's get this church built. So anyway, I'm excited for bubble wrap to show up. We ship a lot of things. Probably doesn't need to be bubble wrapped, but we bubble wrap it anyway because paranoid about it being broken when it ships. Yeah, it's like my wife does some other things too because she's got a Etsy shop where she sells crocheted goods. And it turns out you don't need to bubble wrap an Afghan. Okay, I mean, there are better ways of getting them through customs, right? Just nope, I'm not going to go there. I was going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Anyway, no, there's a yeah, they're soft, right? It's a blanket. It's yarn. But darn it, we're shipping things that are fragile-ish. So yeah, all the bubble wrap. Okay, yeah, this building's definitely going to go through an ugly, awkward phase, but that's okay. We all do. We'll get through it. Just know that you might not be an ugly duckling. You might be a beautiful swan. And then your duckling mother has to answer some very serious questions of the duck father of why the child is now a swan. And they don't mention that when they talk about the story of the ugly duckling, because then there comes the ugly paternity suit, and that's just not entirely kid appropriate. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all know what I mean. Okay. We're getting there. Again, I don't know how far out on that side I need to go, so we'll let it sit for a minute. Okay, but we're getting there. So I think, was it just this? Yeah, this will be the last time around, and then we can probably put the roof on it. But I need to get all of the machinery in place first. There's a distinct possibility this wall is going to have to move. I hope I don't need to, but I'm not going to get overly detailed and stuff on it before I get to that point. Okay, so we'll get all of this in place. Now, uh-oh. Hi. Okay, that one. Oops. You know, it'd help if it were in my hotbar. All right, we got it. Got it. Got it. Oh, also, because I'm so bad about plugging things, I need Riley to help me, and she does great. The Music Free Bot does wonderful things. Just as a reminder that, hey, Proton is awesome. If you're into privacy-focused things like VPN, password management, all that good stuff, yeah, Proton, man. It is the way to go. And follow my link, you know how this works. I get the kickback, so, you know. If you follow the link and then, you know, sign up, I get the kickback. Just going to the link doesn't quite help as much. All right, well, also, turns out we had plenty of sandstone. Now, I still have this wall to do. Okay. And probably some other stuff, but progress is being made. That's for certain. All right. Yeah, once I get the potion brewer in, then I'll be able to have a little bit more confidence in the shape of the building. And that's when I'll figure out where I want to put these sorts of supports and stuff like that. Okay. Also, I am going to need, it's not from there. I'm going to need a stone cutter. Because I am going to need all the, actually, I'm going to need some of those, but that's not the stone cutter. That's a counterfeit stone cutter. It's over there, sissy. You think I'm a stone cutter, but you're wrong. Okay. Oh, this is going to be silly. Okay. Yeah, because I've got to do the underside of all of this as well. Okay. And this is... We'll come out, yeah, probably to about here. I might... I said it depends. I might cut this side short and stuff. It's... We'll see how much space I actually want to give it over here, okay? Like I said, we're still laying things out. We're getting the foundations in place. We're sorting out the bones of this thing. Okay. The other thing that's going to get a little bit funky. Now I am going to come off the back side of this for reasons. Mostly that I want to be able to bring the roof all the way up like this. And I don't want to have to worry about blocks and stuff here. Okay. This will all come up sandstone to fill out the roof. And we'll do something. Don't know what, but something will be done over here. Okay. No, I'll build this out, but then there is going to be a stained glass window inside here. I don't know quite what I want it to be. Right? That's an artistic decision I have yet to make. But I'm going to, oh, darn it. I am going to have two. We'll do one on both sides because I think it looks cool. Okay. And yeah, we'll have one looking out to the west. We'll have one looking to the east. This one, of course, looks out at a hill, so, you know, whatever. But we'll see where the sun sets. I don't think the sun will set in a way that it looks right through the window, which would be really cool if it did, but... Okay, and that goes there. Yeah, because this will slide in like so. Like so. All right. Cool. Okay, we need to do the interior. And honestly, I think this is going to be easier just to pop. Well, I thought this was going to be easier to pop this up this way. I don't know, maybe it would be easier to bring a happy guest inside and just place it all that way, but I don't know. This is, whatever it is, this is going to take roughly forever. Okay. Also, oh, darn it. Wherever I put the supports, I think I'm going to be doing some other things. I do need to, or I do want to put some, like, probably some buttresses and some other things. I actually should take a look, find some images of what the inside of a building like this would look like as far as the supports and stuff goes. Because while I don't need this to look photorealistic, having some guidelines of like, oh yeah, this should go this way or something. There are support beams and they go out like this, that, or the other way, right? Okay, so I'm just bringing this across this way because I do want to be sure I know where the top is. right? So if I decide to just come up one side or the other, I can come in here and say, oh yeah, the inside of the roof is, or the center line of the roof is here. Okay. Sorry, I'll just bring a little bit of, well, I was going to bring some extra light and joy out this way, but apparently joy and light are not high on my list of things to bring. Potato salad. That's something I get to bring. I've signed up for that for the potluck, you know, or no, it's the wrong time of year for potato salad. I don't know about you. I like a good potato salad. Also a good pasta salad. Not a big fan of, you know, regular salads, but pasta salad, potato salad, those are tasty. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I'll figure out, again, what the supports are going to look like. So kind of what I'm thinking is we'll get this roof put together, right? It's all going to come across. Well, come on, I can do it. They're sneaking in underneath the floor. No, so I'll bring the roof across. I'm going to bring the roof down somewhat. But then there are going to be a few places, like where these supports are, where I might bring the roof all the way to the floor. Or all the way to the ground. I'm not totally certain of that, okay? But I kind of like this idea. So, yeah, we'll see how this all goes. And we'll figure out exactly how I want to do, you know, the supports inside the building. But it would be nice if they lined up, right? I should probably not build this roof out this way more than I have. I mean, having more room out here and stuff would be better than having less, but you know, we'll figure out something. So, all right. We'll just go from here. It's all good. We'll be fine. Maybe we'll be fine. If I can keep the stairs lined up, that'll be great. Okay. Yeah, look at you guys over there being all shooty. All right. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is you'll come in the door. There'll be some decorative thing happening here. And then there'll be a door this way that that leads into the brewing room. Okay. That's the plan. And then from in there, you can do all the fun stuff, like, you know, brewing potions and things. All right. Okay, so, well, we'll just keep doing the thing here, right? Yeah, obviously this gap will be here because we'll put the sandstone in, but like that'll go in this way, right? We'll pull blocks like that. Okay. So yeah, right. So this'll work. I'll just be able to fill in sandstone in between and it'll be good. Yeah, we're going to have ourselves a fairly nice building here. Now, it would be kind of cool if I could do cracked stairs. I don't think I can. You could do cracked blocks, but not cracked stairs. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be cool. It's going to take a lot to do, and I'm almost certainly going to need more deep slate than I have. This is going to be a lot of blocks to place. But that's okay. That's part of the fun, right? Other than the fact that roofing is one of my least favorite things to do in Minecraft, it's great. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be cool. All right. Oh, hi. Really? Yeah, you go do something else, okay? I have other things to do than mess with all of you and your crossbowy ways. Okay. Okay, so we're sort of up and down here, but yeah, this is one of those things. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better had taking this with, so it's not totally straight, so it sort of is a little bit steeper. But I think this is going to be good. You know, just this style of building, I think, is going to be okay. Okay. Unfortunately, did I do something stupid? I did. I should have. Darn it. All right. All right. Well, I should do the bottom of these things first. Because now I'm going to have to get in under there with some other magic. You know, like a happy ghast or something. I mean, I suppose I could scaffold in there too, but... Ah, no. I was trying to avoid that. All right. Whew. All right, we're doing okay. I think I'm going to go probably for another 15 or 20 minutes and probably misplace about a third of the blocks in that amount of time, which I'm sure is fine. Okay. Right. Yeah, because this would go like that. Oops, no. No, no. This goes like that, and then this goes like that. Right, and it's that stair that I've totally messed up on. Okay, yep. And we're out. We're running to run out of shotguns. All right, so again, let's not pay the stairs tax. All right, I saw that guy. Did he despawn or did? Oh, they're all hanging out over there by the snow globe. All right, that's cool. All right. Continue. Ah, darn it. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. I can place the blocks. Nope. It's too hard. Can't pull it off with this equipment. All right. So let's go ahead and get this kind of over here. All right. Yeah, we'll just bring that down this way and yeah, I think either once we get to sort of the doorway, there'll be a gap, I think, in the roof so that you can come through and into the door. I said this will probably be taller. Okay, I don't think it's going to be a too high doorway. It might be, but I don't think it's going to be. All right, so I need to go like that. Let's do this on the other side as well. There we go. That'll make it easier. Okay. So, anyway, got lots to do. I've got some things I'll need to sort out in creative with the brewer first, but that's fine. I've got to do that anyway. If I want to try to make it look a little bit better, or at least, as I said before, design it so that it could look better. Okay, I'm not one of those people who thinks redstone builds have to look good, but I am one of those people that believes that if you want, that you should be able to make your redstone look good, especially if it's something that's got a user interface to it. Like a farm like this, there's only so much you can do because of the mechanics of shulkers, but or an iron farm is most of it's going to be out of sight, out of mind, or there are a few things you could do to make it prettier. But yeah, if it's something a player has to be able to go in and use, you often want to be able to make that look a little bit nicer. So the setup I have works. You could make it look nice, but I think there might be some better alternatives. So we'll play with that. Yeah, as this comes down, we're losing a lot of the brightness of the sandstone because we've got all of this deep slate coming down. Yeah, I was a little bit worried it was going to be way too much, and it's a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. As we bring as this roof comes down, right? What I could do, so I've already got these logs that'll be out here to support the roof. I could put another one coming around here to help break it up. We can do all sorts of things here, which I think is going to be nice. Okay. So before we go, I want to do something here. Let's get some. We're done with those for now. I need to get some logs. Or some planks, that is. Okay. And let's come back and take a look at the lanterns. See how they've oxidized? If they've oxidized. And we'll see what we do. Because I could totally see either of these here alongside the road here. Right, with the diorite curb. Right, either of those would look really good. It would be weird. So this one, even after the copper oxidizes, well, it doesn't matter what happens with the copper. This one would be brighter because the regular fire, let's see if I've got it, it just puts out more light. The soul campfires put out at like 12-ish. These ones put out at 15 or 16, something like that. So we're going to get a lot more light out of these. On the other hand, maybe it doesn't matter. You know, if they're, you know, the reason why it could be an issue, where these lights are, falling snow will melt in a circle around them. Because I think they melt at light level 11, something like that. This one, the snow will build up around it. So we'd have snow layers, obviously not right under the wall or right under the shelves, but in the corners and other things where the snow falls. Okay. Boy, that's a tough choice. I'm gonna have to wait for this to oxidize to decide, but I really do like the mangrove though. Because there's a lot of white out here because it's snow. So I'm going to drop a sign here. Okay. I'm leaning this way with this way. I want to see the oxy trapdoors first. But I'm thinking we could do both. Because I like this with the I think if once these trapdoors oxidize, I think this is going to be really cool. But I think there will be places for these two. There should be a comma after. Okay. Yeah, so that's my take. Obviously, this would have to oxidize a bit. So, all right. Well, we've made some progress today, which is good. All right. I'm just going to come down here. Let's call it. I was going to try to go, like 5 more minutes, but honestly, I'm getting really hungry and would like to eat food. So I'll do that here in just a few minutes, but I'm not going to do that on camera. I am, however, going to give a special shout out to my supporters over at musicfreegaming.com. If you would like to help support the channel, that is one of the best ways of doing it, short of actually sitting here and watching the streams. So check that action out. Next stream is going to be on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, or Mountain Standard Time, actually. Standard Time is awesome. Thursday is Christmas. Right now, I'm not planning to stream on Christmas. Or more to the point, I'm planning to not stream on Christmas. So check that. Of course, turn on notifications, all of that good stuff. Let your system of choice let you know when I'm live. Because, that's cool and stuff. Like and subscribe and follow and do all of those things. Yeah, those are things. And I think that'll do it. So until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.